What up, fellas? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the greatest of all time of all podcasts. What's the Triple Threat Theory podcast? Myself with the boys again, like always, like every Monday. We got Abby, we got Tim, we got myself, KB. We are excited about talking about all things Money in the Bank, and we had a jam-packed Raw tonight. Absolutely it was just a great weekend of wrestling. We had AAA as well. We could maybe talk about that just a little bit as well. I was very entertained by AAA. And then, of course, we had Money in the Bank. And then we had Monday Night Raw. Shout out to Chad Gable. We fought like 3 times in 4 days. So, yeah.
Twice.
Yes, Chad Gable. No,
Twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Who's the other guy?
Starting to sound like Michael Cole, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know if you heard.
So.
We had definitive proof that was actually mentioned by the English fellow. Why was his name? I'm missing it.
Wade Barrett.
Wade Barrett. Yes. We had
the English dude.
The English dude. We had proof, and he pointed out to me. Keyword pointed. You can tell that that's not Chad Gable because of his nipples. All right. He pointed out that you could not.
Way too much about this dude's nipples, for real.
Dude, honestly.
It's the weirdest. And everybody just, I don't even know. I think we either gained a lot of people to watch us now because we mentioned nipples, or we just lost everybody. So
it's all right. It's not made for kids.
So,
all right, we're good. Yeah.
I mean, that's true. That's true. Yes. We're just because I'm going to get in my R-Truth self right there. I don't think that's PG. I love when he says that. Cool. Let's talk about some things. First off, we can mention a little bit. Abby I know that our guy Tim, he was at a wedding, doing his thing with video. Shout out to all of his amazing skills he's got when it comes to video work.
Yeah, he's dope.
Abby, I know you watched some
Book 'em.
AAA. I mean, that's why his camera looks better than all three of us. I mean, the two of us combined. Like his
Real,
he's
yeah.
Mr. Video Guy. So for real, he's immaculate. That's what Abby said before we got on here. So, Abby, what did you think about AAA, man? I was very entertained by the AAA.
I was thoroughly entertained and surprisingly entertained too. It was they kept emphasizing that to the audience. They're like, "Hey, this is not regular wrestling. This is different. This is lucha libre." And it was high energy, fast paced, a lot of acrobatics, a lot of jumping, a lot of
theatrics.
man, mystery. Definitely theatrical. It
Yeah.
reminded me of WWE in the 1980s when they always had characters, especially that Mr. Iguana dude.
Mr.
Bro,
Iguana.
that dude's gonna catch fire.
Bro,
Mr.
that
Iguana's
dude-
gonna catch fire.
He's gonna catch fuego.
I
You
hate
mean,
it.
brother?
Yeah, I hate that I like it. Does that mean?
That was
Mr.
stupid. Why was that
Iguana,
so
bro.
funny? Oh my
Apparently, everybody knew how to speak Spanish on AAA. Like Lillian Garcia, I know her last name is
Bro.
Garcia, but my lord, I didn't know that she could announce in
She announced
Spanish
everything in
for
Spanish.
2 hours. I was like, what in the world?
She got to be married into a family or something. That can't be natural.
Yeah, that's hilarious. No, it was really good, a really good show. It from top to bottom. Honestly, I thought it was better than Money in the Bank.
Ooh.
Like overall, like the shows overall.
And Money in the
I thought
Bank
it
was
was
pretty dang good.
I mean,
At least to me, I
it's-
thought it was good.
I mean, it started off, shaky with the women's match, which we'll get into, but
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Money in the Bank ended really solid. Like it was an overall, like legit, really good PLE.
Yeah.
Man, I was thoroughly entertained from like match 1 to the Vikingo Chad Gable match.
That
which
Vikingo
was-
Chad, let's
that
just put
match-
it out there.
Bro, say what you want about Chad Gable and his alter ego. Bro,
Chad Gable, man, that dude, he is a
Chad
stud,
Gable,
man.
bro, he earned some respect in that match, bro.
Bro, some of
Like,
the hits he took
it was-
too. I
it
watched some of that match. I didn't get to watch all of it, but some of the hits I saw him taking, bro, I was like, this dude is
Yeah.
he's not
he
only
sells his
like
body.
he's not only like representing himself well as a wrestler, but he was wanting to help push over like that organization, that wing of WWE
Sure.
like, as a whole. Like he was pushing
Yeah.
them pretty good.
It's
with the way he was
crazy.
selling
It was
his thing.
absolutely it was nuts. Like that match alone probably could be up there as one of the best matches that we've seen all year. Like it was everything, and I couldn't believe how entertaining it was. I couldn't believe how entertaining it was to know that they added a Money in the Bank match in a AAA event. That
did.
was a great call with Dom. That was money.
Dude,
Yeah,
they,
who was that? Octagon.
Octagon
Yeah,
Jr.
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Don't forget,
Octagon.
yeah.
I'm sorry, you're right.
Octagon
Octagon
Jr.
Jr. You're right.
Don Jr.
Good call, good call.
I
Tim.
really
Good call.
wanted to. I really wish you would have called up
Chad
Mystery.
Gable's El Grande Americano or something. What the heck?
I really wish that they would have called.
did
out
say
Mr.
alter
Mr.
ego.
Iguana. I wish Mr. Iguana was the guy that he was gonna fight
Right?
at Money in the Bank.
He
Brother.
was at Money in the Bank. They showed him on the
Yeah,
crowd, and the
yeah.
crowd went crazy
Went
for him,
nuts,
bro.
dude. He did one thing, and people were like, "Who the heck is this guy? This is our guy." Then they showed him on Raw with a.
They gave
with
him a
pack-
promo, a
They gave him a
package.
promo package. I was like, "What?"
First of
Bro.
all,
Tops.
you
Tops.
gave Mr. Iguana a promo package, but you fire R-Truth. Make it make sense, WWE. Make it make sense.
Dude, Carlito's gone, and Mr. Iguana has arrived.
Bro, it's great.
Bro, hang on. What if like
Jeez.
like Scooby Doo? We take off the Mr. Iguana mask. It's Carlito underneath there, spitting
It's
apples at
Carlito.
everybody.
Golly, I just can't believe. So yeah, so AAA was great.
If
Money in
Chad
the Bank, we
Gable
got
is El
into
Grande
it.
Americano, then Carlito can be Mr. Iguana.
Mr. Gecko.
Mr. Gecko.
Oh my gosh, the gecko. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
he's
the one, not the one from Geico
yeah,
commercials.
No, oh yeah, no, not that one, not that one. No copyright infringement here.
I'm really sad
Yeah,
that we
so
didn't. I'm sorry. I was
Money
gonna
in
say
the
one more thing
Bank.
about AAA real quick. I'm really sad that man, I really thought it was gonna happen, but Alberto Del
Nah,
Rio
bro.
has been canceled. He's been canceled, dude.
I don't
He's
think that dude will
gone.
ever appear on another
He's-
WWE TV.
When they gave Vikingo a title and we didn't even get to see him get the title, you knew it was over. I was like, this guy is canceled. So I guess he didn't have a contract then.
WWE must really not like him.
They're not.
I
gonna
mean,
let him
nobody
come back.
was chanting for him at any shows, you know.
No.
What a
Somebody
dude.
Somebody better go check up on Alberto Del Rio. Seriously, they better make sure he's okay. Because
One of
I'm
the-
really actually worried about that.
was gonna mention
Okay,
a
so let's go
second
to
ago.
Money in the Bank.
I
What's
don't know
that?
if you guys. I don't know if you guys saw this, real quick. Topps, the trading card company, like there's like all the sports
What?
cards
Okay.
and things like that. They released a card
Okay.
Yeah.
already of Mr. Iguana. Like
No,
they
they
were
didn't.
like Mr. Iguana now has
you
a trading
serious?
card. Yeah, I'm about to pull this up and show it to you. Let me pull this up on their page real fast.
Holy crap.
Gosh.
That's
This
crazy.
guy. It's
Mr.
I
you know
did
what-
see a
it says-
tweet that said,
Mr. Iguana's first ever trading card. It's backwards right now, I know, but this is what the card looks like right here.
I can't, bro. That's
This is
crazy.
wild, dude. Okay, so let me tell you something about this guy. I think the first time that I went, okay, this guy's gonna be for real, is when he flipped the stuffed iguana perfectly on his shoulder. And
Oh my
apparently, when the promo package they showed him do it a couple times, he does it every time. Somehow he does it. I don't know
So-
what's happening.
So,
Does he have a
so-
magnet right here?
No, to humanize him just a little, he did it in the match at the Worlds Collide on the ramp, and it landed. Then he did it again in the ring, and it fell. So just to humanize him a little bit.
I mean, it was
But
just wild.
it's still dope. It's still he flips
Like-
it and it lands there.
And then
He
puts it in
uses
his
him in a
mouth.
match.
I'm just like, yeah, he was slapping people with it.
Yeah,
I was like, what's
one dude,
happening?
one dude did a somersault with the iguana. Like that's it, with the iguana.
It's crazy.
The iguana did a flip on him.
And he was like going on the ropes while the guy is holding the puppet iguana, and then he's flipping over. I'm just like, this is wild. I thought Santino Marella was crazy with the Cobra
Bro.
thing. Like this
Also,
is a whole nother
the
level.
iguana pinned someone or went for a cover.
Let's put
Also
it this way.
crazy.
Let's put it this way. If they do not, because of the TNA thing, if they do not have the Cobra versus the iguana, I riot. I riot. Because Santino, I'm not trying to get off sidetrack. Santino just went back in a match, like on TNA. And I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, with his
if they don't
daughter.
have, yup, with his daughter. If they don't have Cobra versus Iguana, nah, I riot. I need to see that. I need to see it happen. I
Bro,
need to see it happen.
They could
Santino,
theoretically
bring
do that.
back-
They
bring
gotta.
back- Bring back Sacco. Bring back Sacco while we're at it. Let's just do a
Hey.
bunch of puppets.
Bro,
Pu-
what a
bunch of puppets.
Santino-
WrestleMania moment would that be, bro?
Santino versus Trick Williams. Here we go.
Dead.
Oh my gosh. Hey, no. So for real, back up the puppet thing. WrestleMania, Cobra, and Iguana, and the special guest referee is Mr. Sacco.
Sacco. I
Oh my
can't.
God.
How many times was Mankind a special guest referee? That dude lived in that shirt.
Bro, that was his
Uh,
job after a while.
Dude,
bro.
that really
Like,
was.
you're done throwing yourself off Hell in a Cells. Let's just
Yeah,
ref
perfect.
this match, bro.
You need to be the ref. All right,
Just
so
ref.
okay, so let's get into
right.
Money in the Bank. Money in the
Money in
Bank.
the bank.
We had a great Money in the Bank. I was a little bit skeptical how it was going to go. It definitely exceeded my expectations a whole lot more than I thought it was going to be. Women's match. I think first before we say the results, because we know the results, everybody knows the results. I said this and I looked at Dez whenever all this stuff happened, and I said, why the heck are we not working for WWE and making a bunch of money? We are calling these matches. I'm
bro.
so happy with how the results are happening. It's great. It's been amazing. So Money in the Bank women's match. It was a little sloppy.
It was sloppy at first, yeah.
I really enjoyed. So here's some of my highlights, and then I'll pass it off. I really enjoyed seeing Rhea Ripley and Alexa Bliss teasing a tag team. the way that
Oh,
they
yeah.
were kind
Oh,
of looking
yeah.
at each other and smiling and doing all these kind of crazy moves and stuff, it makes me feel like maybe that could be the next like tag team champions, could be an Alexa Bliss with a Rhea Ripley type of thing. I think that was
Elevate
I
those
think that was
titles for a little
I think
bit
that
because
was
those are two big names.
I think that's the only ones that could probably take it off of Liv and Raquel. I really did like seeing the way that Julia and Stephanie and Roxanne they brought the house down and what they were doing. They had some crazy spots in there. The Devil's Kiss on the ladder.
That's the highlight. I don't know why you didn't lead
That
with
was
that.
wild.
Like that. That was
That
it.
was absolutely wild. That was absolutely wild.
They tried. They tried. I missed Booker T, but still.
Yeah, Booker T, man, we miss you with Stephanie. I just
They did it
I
on. She did it on the ladder, bro.
did it on the
On the ladder.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
Wasn't it? Didn't Alexa take a stupid bump with her stomach on the ladder?
Oh, wasn't that
Who
from
was Roxanne? Was it? It was Roxanne and was it Julia or
I thought it was
Yeah,
Naomi.
Yeah,
Roxanne,
Roxanne and
tried
Julia.
to hook her.
might have been Naomi,
I
but they
mean,
slammed her on the ladder and it
it
looked
was
bad,
it
but
was
It
so
looked like
good.
it
It
actually
looked-
hurt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that,
I was
that
like, she
woman
broke.
that woman had a baby.
She broke
like-
3 legs, 3 ribs. She broke.
Yeah.
Bro.
Her
No, it
ribs
was a great spot. It was a great spot.
Yeah.
That's when it started picking up, and then the climbing
Yep.
and everything. The only complaint I have about the women's Money in the Bank match was it felt might be not the right word, but it was shorter than most Money in the Bank matches.
Yeah, it was a little bit shorter. I think
It was like probably what 20, 25 minutes. Because I'm like,
it felt
dang.
it felt like there
This-
was a lot happening in the match and it happened so fast. And yeah, there's just a lot. Like you literally couldn't take your eye off the match because there were so many random bumps and stuff happening everywhere. So
That
yeah,
was the
it
right
was-
winner.
it
It was the right winner.
it was
We
the
called
right
it.
winner.
It was the right winner, and
And
Yeah,
that is,
she-
and she is that storyline is the best. Like we said the week before, the Naomi storyline with Bianca and with Jade. That is the reason why she needs that Money in the Bank, because now since we know that Jade is going for the Queen of the Ring, that has got to be the way that this whole thing goes down. Queen of the Ring has to be Jade. Jade's going to win that title, and somehow Naomi is going to screw Jade over. And I
Yes.
cannot wait for it to happen. Because it's
yes,
going to be cinema. And
it's
I don't know if you saw the post show for Money in the Bank, but Naomi's got to be
Yes.
this like diabolical character, but she was emotional because Big E made her emotional.
yeah.
And everybody kept on saying, "You deserve it, you deserve it," and she said, "Shut it! Like you had your chance to say you deserve. I don't need it. I don't need you to
channeling
say
her
it." I love
John
how
Cena.
she had to like get the tears away, do all that because she was
Well,
she was
the-
bawling.
The
but-
tough part about right now, WWE right now, is they've done such a horrible job keeping kayfabe that fans don't care for it anymore.
Yeah.
They'll boo
Yeah.
the heel, they'll cheer the face, but it doesn't matter anymore. Like they're still cheering Seth Rollins and singing his song and doing his
Yeah.
doodahs and stuff.
Yeah,
But he's the heel, you know. And
Yep.
so
We got a guest
for,
in the
you know,
chat right
someone-
now saying hi. If you guys want to shout out to Brandy real quick.
What up,
what
Brandy?
up, Brandy?
Brandy is joining
Yo,
us.
let's go. Come on, Brandy. You got anything you want to say? Please say some stuff in the.
It's Brandy Rhodes, guys.
Brandy Rhodes Bones.
She watches. Oh, it's Bones. It looked like Rhodes.
That'd be crazy.
My bad, Cody. My bad. Yeah, let us know what you got going on, Brandy. Wrestling takes is what I meant.
Yeah. So, hey, so.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh, we're so unhinged right now. Yeah, you couldn't have asked for a better person to win that match, and I just think that's looking at all the women that were in there. They all got great highlights, but there was no better winner than I almost said Brandy. There was no better winner than Naomi.
No,
What was-
yeah.
You
I
guys
think
were
they-
talking about.
I think they got a great.
Go ahead.
They have a great path to make a great
It's gonna
story,
be
and
so good.
they
It's gonna
better
be
not
so
ruin it,
good.
bro. It's right there for them. It's right there.
Yeah.
Go
yeah.
ahead, Tim. Go
It's
ahead.
gonna be.
You guys were talking about that teasing moment with Alexa Bliss. Was it her and Rhea whenever they both did like their finisher at the same time on opposite sides of the ring?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
That was a cool
And then
moment.
that's
The
why they
Sister
just stood up and
Abigail
they
and
looked
the
at each other when they did that.
yeah,
And
And
the
the
Riptide.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was great.
that was pretty tight.
It
I
was
like that
good.
moment.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Cool, awesome. So we had that one. We also had Dom had his match. Like we said, he called out in AAA. We knew that Dom was going to win the match, but I have to say that Dom
Yeah, it was
is
like a
looking better.
5-minute match. So
Yeah, but Dom is looking better in the ring more and more every day.
Mhm.
It's crazy how good he gets. It like his moves are cleaner, the 619 looks cleaner, like just the way that
Bro,
he
that's
just
a long
he-
619,
you could
bro.
just- there's-
Bro, you might as well say
his-
619 whatever you have him do it, bro.
what's the area code for
619.
no? What's the area code for LA?
Oh,
Just
man.
put all three numbers. 619,
That's funny.
212. whatever.
I just think
That's New
that,
York, but never mind.
I think that all I can think of now is the area code song by Ludacris. 315, 313, 805.
God. Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the
In
Godfather? I wouldn't
different
need him.
areas.
That should have
Right?
been his. That should have been his entrance music. That should have been his entrance music.
Godfather. The
You messed up
Soul Train.
WWE
Yeah,
in
you
the
did.
Attitude Era when Ludacris was running wild. You should have done that one. That would have been perfect.
Oh no!
Um,
What a
yeah. So
Yeah, it was a good match with Dom and
Octagon
Octagon Jr.
and good
It was
for
a great way
AAA
to
be on a
showcase.
WWE.
Yep,
Yep.
absolutely. It was beautiful.
To put
Good way to
AAA
do that.
on a WWE PLE. Becky Lynch and Lyra
on
called
a
that
second.
one too.
Called it.
Yep. Yes.
I don't know if one of y'all
Called
can
that one.
tell me. Do you remember so during the Dom and Octagon Jr. match, do you remember whenever Dom like had Octagon Jr. on the ground, he looked over at the other guys from AAA that were on the side? Who was that? He said something
Was
to him
it
in
Psycho?
Spanish.
Not,
Do you remember what it was, Abby?
Oh. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh
What
my
did he say?
gosh.
I think Sarah told me.
Pronounce
she's like,
it, and I'll.
No, I don't know. I think it was basically in Spanish. It meant like effing a-hole or something. But like Sarah was like,
probably.
Sarah's like, that should have probably been muted. I was like, dang.
It's YouTube, bro.
I know. I was like,
Uh,
well, YouTuber
I didn't
or
catch
was Money in the
that.
Bank. He said something. Oh, man.
Oh, was it during the match on Money in the Bank? Oh,
yeah, it was during the match.
I thought
on
it
Money
was
in the Bank.
during the. Because
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was in
yeah.
the he was in the crowd when during AAA match the Worlds Collide.
So basically, like,
Also,
he
it was
had,
during the match at PLE.
He basically had him like
I didn't hear
held
it.
down or something like that, and then like he's holding him like into like his head, almost as if he's about to fall to a DDT or something. And he looks over at the other
Yeah.
guys and he says something blah blah blah. I don't know what it was, but I was sitting there like, that
Did it
doesn't
sound
sound like it was nice, you know?
It was not. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it was not nice.
Ken, do you
there
know
ain't
what it
no
was?
way, there ain't no way. No, I don't. I can't
I'm gonna
remember.
have to go back.
I have to go back.
I have to
and
go
I'll
back
look.
and watch it.
But
gonna
Becky
look it up
versus
now.
Lyra was good. Becky
Becky
versus
versus
Lyra
Lyra
was
was
good.
great. It was another great match. Those two are great in the ring. I think we knew that.
I hate roll-up wins. I understand them, but I hate them. Right person won, I think. And
I
so,
think what's crazy is that hasn't every single win with those two been a roll up?
kind of, yeah. Although the one at Saturday night's main event, she did roll up Becky. Yeah, it was a roll up. You're right.
I think, and then NXT one was a roll up.
Oh, it was for the title.
Bro, that's all they've been doing is rolling each other up.
Yeah.
There
I
hasn't been
hate-
like
I
there
hate
hasn't been a
roll-ups, yeah.
there hasn't been a finisher 1 2 3 flat on the mat
Mhm.
pin. There hasn't been one. She pulled the tights. We knew it. She has to be the heel. She has to do
Well,
that. Yeah.
But Lyra pulled the tights too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first roll up right before that last one, she was pulling something and then Becky reversed it and then like really pulled the tights. But
I
she
just-
she pulled it in a way Michael Cole called it. Was like it was out of sight for the ref, so
hmm
it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I think that man, Becky, golly, man, I love her with her personality and her just character.
Yeah,
When
making
she
her
was
come
like,
into
no,
the
no, 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 no,
ring,
no, no, no. You need to turn me around, and
point me
I
to
need every
everybody.
corner to point and know that they. Oh no, no, you need to put the belt on me. And then when she like flipped and was like, fine, I'll put the belt on you, but I'm about to give you like a German suplex too. Like
Suplex. Yeah, it was
it was
beautiful.
great.
It was
It was
good.
great. It was a great pop
It kept the
for
story
Lyra.
going.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so we'll get back more into that with Raw, with what happened tonight, with Lyra and Becky, and then somebody else. Yeah, so we had that. I'm pretty sure that means that we are into the men's Money in the Bank now. The men's Money in the Bank is
That's actually not that bad, Tim.
Really?
No.
All right. What is that
If
one?
you want to know what that really means, it's piece of trash.
oh,
Okay.
okay. All right. Well, there you go. It's not bad.
As a,
That's one of
You don't
them.
need to
I'm looking
mute
up
that,
for,
but
I'm looking up
that
for
was
the other
PG.
one.
that's one of them. That was PG. It was.
That was PG. Men's Money in the Bank. This was what the crowd would always say. This is awesome. It was a great
It was
match.
really good.
I was a little worried about the men's Money in the Bank. We were all about the women and how it could be anybody, and it really could have been anybody. Even though we wanted Naomi, this one was like wildly entertaining. I have to admit, Tim, you can thank me for saying this, but El Grande Americano, man, he had a spot in there that was absolutely freaking wild.
Yeah.
LA Knight and him and the outside with a ladder. He gets popped up back on the ladder, uses his weight to push it off the top turnbuckle into another ladder to climb that ladder just to get thrown off of it. It was like,
I
oh
thought that was dope.
my
Yeah.
gosh, that whole
was,
spot was wild.
It was an excellent use of physical science, because it takes a lot of, quick math. Not only is the guy a great wrestler, but he's got a beautiful brain too. I think he went to University of Gulf of America Coast in Florida somewhere.
Does he have a big beautiful brain because he's smart or because of that plate he puts in his
That's the plate,
Look.
man.
Hey,
it's that plate he puts in?
Yeah, they call it a bionics, I think.
Dead.
We never saw Penta after that hit with the head after that. It's crazy
Dude.
I
that
thought-
the headbutt.
It's pretty
Yo,
serious.
for a
man.
second, I thought they were gonna put it on Penta because he had like both hands.
Bro,
We almost-
on
we
the
almost
briefcase,
had
and
it.
I was like, what?
We almost never saw Andrade again after the ladder falling on him.
That was a crazy spot.
That was wild.
Yeah.
There were some stupid spots in that match. I will say
There were two.
I'm-
What is it? Two. What do they call that move? That Mexicans.
oh, the Mexican Destroyer. Yeah,
Destroyer.
the Mexican
Two of them on the ladders.
on the
yeah.
ladders.
Wow.
Stupid.
Crazy,
Like,
bro.
you can't pay
Crazy.
me enough money to take something like that on a ladder, man. Like
At
that's
all,
crazy.
bro. At all. It was crazy. It was
Like,
crazy.
Just the accuracy you have to do with the ladder with all those like different like holes in them. Like it's crazy to think that they did that. I can't believe some of the spots that they take. Like ladders, that just doesn't make any
So-
sense. That
We talked about the crazy spots. Now let's talk about the really bright spots.
okay.
Solo Sikoa is hilarious.
Yeah, dude.
Solo
He
has
he is
just
great,
blossomed.
bro. He has, bro. When he does that thing, he goes. He's like making fun of LA Knight, and then he does.
No, he did.
the
He
Penta
did the.
walk.
He did the Penta walk. I was like, what?
Oh my god, dude.
He did the. Penta
Yo, for a
walk.
second, I was like, put the briefcase on him. Put the briefcase
Bro,
on him. Put it
I
on him,
couldn't
bro.
believe it. I couldn't.
Yo,
believe
he did
this.
that. He did the settle me.
He did the, and then he did the walk, and he said, "Man, get that out of here." He was like, "Man,
Bro,
get that out of here." I was
gold.
like,
Gold.
God.
It was gold. It was
then-
wonderful.
I love the fact that like we all knew it was gonna happen. Seth Rollins is calling the goons in, and then it was like, oh man. But when you hear 5, 2, and I was like, no way.
Dude, I was not expecting that to happen the way it did. I was more expecting that would
I was
happen
not expecting
later
in
on.
that match.
Yeah,
Yes.
like it would be something Solo does in a different match later on. I thought maybe he was gonna like try to prove his loyalty, this that, and the other, and then maybe Solo takes advantage of it later on. But I was not expecting it to be Fatu to be like, "Give me that ankle." I was like,
He said,
No.
hate you.
I hate you, Solo. I was like, man,
Dude.
that was a pop. There was such a massive pop when he.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that somebody that's that crazy and that insane in the ring, that's got just such a heel persona, is now going to have to be looked at as a babyface.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
at least for a little while.
at least for
Bro,
the Solo.
every
at least
time-
for the
every time I
Solo
do it-
feud.
Every time he's on the screen and he does something, I just do the Chuck. I'm like,
You better
It
get
is-
in where you fit in. Like,
Yeah.
golly, he is a vibe, dude. He's a huge vibe.
no, I thought that was a brilliant spot. Loved it. You know, to Tim's point, I always say, you know, Money in the Bank is for a up and comer, a star making moment, and you know, we called it. We knew we called it. It was gonna be Seth Rollins to take the win. Unfortunately, I mean, he's a star already. That dude's a main eventer. Like, did he need the briefcase? Probably not. It was the
But
only
it just
one
gives
that
so
made
much
sense
power
from the
to
story.
that faction.
It
Yeah, it
really
gives so much
does.
power to that faction.
really does.
So
Unfortunately, like, I would have loved LA Knight to win.
Mm.
Loved for him to get it.
this is the second year in a row that he was like basically
Third.
second runner up.
Well, he was in 3 matches already, but the second runner, this was the second time.
This is the second
was like
time he was
the-
the runner up.
the
The one that
runner-up,
we
yeah.
thought you were gonna win, and then
Yeah.
he doesn't win.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
It's like, man, LA. So
I will
but
say
hey,
this.
I'm excited for the feud though that they're teasing between Seth Rollins and LA Knight. That
Yeah.
is gonna be good.
He showed up today.
He showed up today. Yeah. What were you gonna say, Tim?
Just here to support. Brandy said that's awesome. I was gonna say I really liked during the match, kind of like whenever, like, you know, my second guess for Money in the Bank was gonna be El Grande Americano, but whenever he was starting to get like towards the top of the ladder, I was almost getting that same feeling of like him winning would feel like how Dominic Mysterio won at WrestleMania, the Intercontinental belt, because I was like, I don't want him to win, but at the same time, this is kind of awesome seeing him get that close to winning this. You know what I mean? I was like, this is insane.
Who you talking about? Grande?
El Grande, yeah. Every time he's getting close, I was like,
Okay,
oh my
okay.
God, they're going to give it to him. But I was like, I don't want him to win it, though, even though, you know, he's the best in the world.
Right. He's the best.
Why don't you want him to win it? Why don't you want him to win it, Tim?
Why
Why
don't I
don't you want him to win it?
Because I wanted Seth
Yeah,
to
why?
win it because of the story.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
It made more sense for me for Seth to win it.
Now, since we know the results, we'll get there in a second. Now, since we know the results of Raw, I don't know when he's going to cash in.
Yeah. That
I
was
have an
crazy.
idea. I have a theory.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's.
You were almost there.
Wait
you
a
were
second.
almost there.
I
'cause-
think I. Okay, can I say it?
Hey,
This is stupid.
the
Okay.
podcast that you're on is Triple Threat Theory. If you have a theory, now is the
Okay,
best time.
we
for
can't
it,
talk. Oh, okay, we can't talk about the theory until we get to the beginning of Raw, and then
Okay.
I'll say my theory.
Do we need to
Okay,
go over
alright, is
the
there
main
anything
event
else?
of Money in the Bank then?
We need to go
let's
over
cover
Money in the
that.
Bank main event. Let's talk about that, and then we'll get there to my theory. Okay, so main event of Money in the Bank. We had the tag team match of John Cena and Logan Paul versus Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. Of course, we knew it was going to be a pretty good match. Logan Paul. Okay, let's talk. Logan. We talk about all these
Listen.
people that are coming out of nowhere. Logan is one of them too. Logan is. I'm going to say this right now. I know that they're teasing it because of the whole John Cena thing. Logan Paul will win at some point the World Heavyweight Championship, whether we like it or not, because John Cena
And I
gave
think
him
he should.
a rocket ship, and
Yeah.
he's taking it like a champ, and he's killing it. He's great on the mic. He's getting he is a sponge in the ring, learning things. And then this whole thing, one of the things, this drone thing is wild. When he grabbed that drone, and then you see Cody come in, and the POV of him
The shot
taking
was
the
just
taking the
brilliant.
superplex,
Dude,
and then
We
out
got
of
this-
nowhere,
we got to be
the
part of a
splash.
superplex.
Oh
I
my
was-
gosh!
I was stressing out during that moment. I don't know if y'all know this based
Why?
on my
Because
based off of my profession. I know how much that drone
I was gonna
costs.
say,
And I'm sitting there watching it lay on the ground, and all these dudes are falling. I'm like, get the drone out of the way. Move it, somebody.
that's when you know. That's when you
Nobody
know you
was
have too much
moving it.
money.
Nobody
that's-
moved
that's-
it, bro.
that's-
It's like the longest 3.5
That's when you know they
minutes of
have
my
too much
life, even though it
money.
was like 4 seconds.
I was like,
they
ref,
have too
take
much
that.
money where they don't care about that drone. They don't care about that drone at all. They were like,
I
well, we
was
can buy another
impressed.
one.
I was impressed that Logan held on to it during the whole flip.
Yeah.
When he hit the
Yeah.
mat, he still held on to it. It wasn't until the frog splash came that he had to
And that
he finally let it go. But that was impressive. And then
Yeah, that
he
was-
hit that flip off the rope to the
The
announcement table.
Oh
from the
my
second
gosh.
rope to the announce table.
It was
This guy
beautiful.
has one crazy stupid move every time, and it's like you don't see stuff like that. And it's like Logan.
Like he did that flip, and I was like, okay, put the title on him.
Yeah,
Put the title on him.
because you
I would
thought
not
that
be mad.
flip was you thought that flip was crazy when he did it at SummerSlam with no table, and then he did it with the table. I'm like, this is stupid that he could do this.
Bros
It was
channeling,
literally-
wonderful.
bros channeling the Hardy Boys every
They
time he goes out there.
They teased the split between or a fight between John Cena and Logan Paul.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
That's good. I like that a little bit. Kind of, you know.
I liked it.
Kenyn, you called it the win. Cody got his pin back for Cena.
And
was a good call.
And let's put this. I'm going to say this right now in front of everybody. I texted y'all, and I said, "Watch R-Truth be the reason why John Cena loses that match." And guess what the freak happened? I can't believe it. I was screaming. I put it on Instagram. I was screaming. I could not believe that they actually did it. And that place popped.
I ran around my house, bro. I was like, "What?"
That place popped.
It was great to see
Like,
that for him. It was so good to see that.
It's
pop.
just tough that you
I
were
mean,
wrong, you know,
for him.
because it was Ron Killings.
That's
If you're gonna-
true.
If you're going to correct me, say his name right. All right? You gotta-
Say his name right.
Say his
what did he say?
name
Put some
and
respect on his
he
name.
appears.
Put some respect on his name.
Brandy
Yo,
said Jake versus Mike.
Jake versus Mike. Who?
Yeah.
Jake versus Mike Tyson. Is that what we're talking about?
Oh,
Jake Paul
I
versus
forgot
Mike
about
Tyson?
that match.
Oh man, Brady,
Jeez.
don't bring that one
I
up.
thought she was talking about. I thought she was talking about Mike the Miz. I was like, we were talking about Mike the Miz over here. Still haven't seen Miz yet. Oh, wait, he's on SmackDown. Well, hopefully he's there on Friday. So
Actually, he put out a post that said, "I'm in good standings with WWE. I'm not going anywhere. I still follow them."
yeah,
so we're
yeah,
good
yeah,
on the
yeah.
Miz
People,
front.
people were just going nuts because they were just losing their minds after the R-Truth thing. So
Yeah.
we
Oh,
still haven't
yeah.
heard from Carlito. Carlito might have. I think he
No.
actually did get let go. I think Carlito really actually doesn't have a job anymore.
There's no "We Want Carlito" movements. So.
Hey, but Judgment Day wore a Carlito shirt the day after all that happened. On that
Did
last Monday, there was a Carlito shirt that was.
But
on
if you
one of the
look
Judgment
today
Day guys.
on Raw, there was no PlayStation.
No,
Bro rode off
That
into
was
the
Carlito's
sunset.
PlayStation.
sad.
Bro rode off into the
They at
sunset.
least gave him the
back to the apple
PlayStation.
orchard.
They at least gave him the PlayStation.
There.
They gave him the PlayStation. There you go. I mean,
That
You know what's
R-Truth
gonna happen?
moment was brilliant. That
that
R-Truth
was
moment was
awesome.
brilliant.
That was so good. And yeah, Cody got the pin. It was exactly what it needed to be. I love Michael Cole, man. He sells it so well. We want truth. We want truth. It looks like John Cena it was the one who couldn't handle. I love Wade Barrett had the line of the night. It looks like John Cena was the one that couldn't handle the truth because of the whole John Cena on Friday saying you couldn't
can't handle the truth. It was
yeah.
great.
It was great. So it segues right into Raw tonight. John Cena comes out in his bright purple shirt, bright orange shirt, looking like a big old bowl of Fruity Pebbles. Thank you, Rock, for that thing.
Gold.
Coming out there. Funny that he was wearing these colors, knowing that his ex is from Phoenix and was actually there tonight. Nikki Bella.
Yeah, she
was.
He was
Yeah.
he was pretty much wearing Suns colors, so
Yeah, he was wearing the Suns colors. So he comes out. He talks about how y'all are pathetic because you guys wanted somebody like R-Truth back when he's a big gimmick and
You
he's a
used
joke
your
and
voice
all
for
this
a
stuff.
gimmick.
His only
Yeah.
accomplishment,
And, like,
he said, like his biggest accomplishment was pretending to be me or something.
Was being him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was being
Dang.
John Cena. And I was
Not
like, man,
wrong.
this guy's cooking on the freaking mic, man. He's cooking on it. And so then he keeps on talking, and he's naming all the people he's already went against: Cody Rhodes,
Dude.
Randy Orton, R-Truth, all
One
these
of the
things.
best transition
then he was
moments, like from mic to music, I feel like I've seen in like a long time. Is what you're bringing up right now.
Because he said, I've beaten the best, and then
I've beaten the best.
yeah,
Yeah.
He,
it
he
was,
And
said
it's
like
like, and
he
here
didn't
comes the
say
best
just
in the
any, he
world.
said something like I've beaten your best, but like and then like
Yes.
CM Punk, obviously the music comes on, he comes out, and then CM Punk, part of what he says is like, yeah, you might have faced their best, but you haven't faced the best in the world or something. And it was like such a awesome. I think I texted you all. I was
that
like,
promo was great.
I was like, yo, this is
I
gold.
kind of lost it when CM Punk came out because I've been itching for this one. I've been
Yeah.
itching for this one for so long. I'm excited about it. CM
Here's my
Punk,
rant.
Wait
Here's my
a
rant
second.
on
I'm
that.
gonna let you get there. I'm gonna let you get
Yeah.
there in a second, because I know I'm gonna throw it to you. I'm gonna throw the mic to you, Abby. I need you to go off on this. So, CM Punk comes out. He has his time, and he is just being CM Punk and having a great time on the mic, and he's giving a crazy good promo, and he is talking about how like he is fighting for the people, and how when he came back to WWE, it wasn't even for that belt, because he said that back in 2012, the worst side of
true.
himself came out, which he
Mhm.
was a shell of himself. Hence the reason why he walked away from wrestling. Was that belt? He felt like he needed to be in main events. He needed to be main event of WrestleMania. He was like, but he didn't get all that, and so he was just he called himself a monster. And he says, the line that really resonated to me was, it looks like I'm going to have to become a monster to get rid of the monster, to beat the monster. And
Which
so
was-
like, I'm going to come for this belt. And so what I need you to do is and he brought back the line from their first feud, which was one of the best. I know Abby loves this line, which is, if you really want to be a Boston Red Sox and not a New York Yankee like before, you will not be a coward, and you will put that title on the line tonight. And I
Dude.
was like,
I
just
remember
a
when he
little
said that the first
lit-
time,
he said
bro.
it the, fir- the little references that he made of their old feud was cinema. And I'm like, thank the Lord he's bringing all that back.
Well, then Cena brought up another point from their previous feud when he goes, "No, it's not gonna happen tonight. It'll happen. You're gonna have to follow me
You have to
to
follow
Saudi
me.
Arabia,"
Yep.
which was a jab because CM Punk doesn't like to do Saudi shows. And so he's like, "You have to follow me to Saudi."
Yep.
And what do you say to that? And then he goes, "The ball is in your court,"
Yep.
which is a reference to when
Reference.
to CM Punk taking his ball and going home.
Dude,
Yeah.
the,
Dude, John Cena's so good on the mic, dude. John Cena is ridiculous.
I've
dude.
seen enough 20 years of and you know, he's probably, I'm not gonna say probably, he's the best on the mic.
Yeah, he's the goat on the
hands
mic.
down.
And to
To
put
me,
him and CM Punk together,
Dude.
so stupid. It's not fair.
it was just a really good way to set that up too. And before I guess Abby gets into like that rant, yeah, that whole moment where he's talking about, like I have to become, the monster. Like it was just, I'm sitting there like freaking out. I was like texting you guys. I was like, holy crap, it's happening, and it's happening so well. Everyone here is for this. I don't know. It was just amazing to see that part is actually.
And
starting to happen.
then they dropped the ball, and now I'm going to give it to
Yes.
Abby to talk. I want
Yeah.
Abby. I want you to go
I
for it. I'm going
love
to stop
that this.
talking.
I love that this is happening. I hate that it's happening at Night of Champions. That is probably the worst decision. I hate it. I hate it, and I want to say I know for sure I'm not alone. I'll go through the IWC as much as I hate them. Sometimes they're right. This sucks, man. That's like your biggest.
Say the reason why. Say the reason why. And if you don't, I'll say it. Say the reason why.
No, I want you to say it.
Okay, I might be wrong where you and me are on it. This basically let us know that CM Punk's not winning that match.
Absolutely, absolutely.
If it was at SummerSlam, anything could happen.
Absolutely.
It's not happening at Night of Champions.
To me, SummerSlam, you're doing it. The Saudi show is gonna be packed no matter what. No matter what, that thing gets packed out. That's just a revenue stream for WWE. That's maybe Saudi is asking for, hey, we want to be treated with. We don't want the main event matches that you put on. We want a real show, and I get it.
Mm.
You got SummerSlam right around the corner, the biggest show of the summer, and you had it you had
a lockdown.
You know, it would have been great
you
for
had
that.
a lockdown night, and the first year you're doing 2 nights of SummerSlam. So now you're doing CM Punk versus John Cena at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. What the heck are you gonna do for SummerSlam?
I have no idea.
What the heck are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
It would have been
And here's
really
the other
great.
thing.
Here's what would have been a really great setup for the Saudi Arabia thing. I don't know if they would have liked it, but honestly, with the feud and the back and forth between John and Logan, you could have easily had like a little like John Cena right here. Let me teach you a little lesson, Logan Paul, at Saudi Arabia.
Bro,
you know, something like that. Like this
brilliant.
is how you do like something like
Brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Tim. That's
Brilliant.
exactly what should have happened. With the whole teasing of like them like riffing, and then with John Cena losing, he could have played like this woe is me, where were you at, why did I lose, like I didn't lose, you lost, you're the
And,
reason. Like he
yeah,
could have done that whole thing, and then Logan
That
could have
would
got a
been
title
brilliant.
shot
Yes.
at Saudi Arabia. Logan is a big name, world-renowned name. They would have got a great match. They would have had John Cena in Saudi Arabia. They would have had the whole thing going on. The reason why I don't like this, and here is my theory that probably is going to get broken. Y'all might hate this that I'm about to say, because I know that we think that it's over. But with freaking Seth having the Money in the Bank briefcase, to have CM Punk beat John Cena and then get screwed over by Seth Rollins would have been freaking ridiculous.
You think that's your theory? So
Because
I mean,
you want to know why?
you're-
I'll tell you why.
so
I'll tell you why.
just
I'll tell you
said-
why. I'll tell
You
you
just
why.
said this
I'll tell you
happening
why.
at Night of Champions means that CM Punk is not winning. So the cash-in won't happen on CM Punk.
I don't want it to happen at Night of Champions, but this is the reason why I wanted that theory to happen. There was something that was said in the back. We're on Raw. We might as well talk about it. There was something that was said in the back between when Seth Rollins was talking to Braun Breaker.
Yes.
The idea was for Braun to win. He lost, but the idea was for Braun to go in and to win King of the Ring and to get the World Heavyweight Championship, because it sounded like Seth wants the other one.
Mhm.
Because that's what they said, that was the domination. Now, that whole thing went out the window when Braun lost. I couldn't believe
Right,
that. We might as well talk about it right now so we don't gloss over it. Sami Zayn won the match. I can't believe
Yeah.
Sami Zayn won the match. I think it's because he's a Saudi guy that he needs to. I think he might actually be in the finals at at Night of Champions, which is crazy to think that, because they have been teasing him getting a. They have been teasing Sammy getting a world title shot.
Yeah.
And
I
now
want to see what the
yeah.
what the bracket is. Like who he might face in the semifinals before.
Do they already have the bracket
match.
out? A full
They do.
bracket?
Yeah,
They
you
do
guys
have
can
a
keep
full
talking.
bracket. Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with
Did
you, Abby.
we-
I just don't think.
Did we ever
I was just
figure
gonna
out
say,
that?
I just don't think that it should have ever been a Night of Champions. Sorry, go Tim.
None, dude. You're good. You're good. Did we ever figure out like that
Okay,
whole
so-
thing that? All right.
Let Tim go for it. I know you're trying to talk.
Did we ever figure out that thing that Seth was alluding to whenever he was talking to Braun Breaker outside the ring, where he said, "Look at him. We got him exactly where we want him." Did we ever kind of figure out that position? Was that a result of something that happened this weekend, or are we still kind of waiting to see what that is? Do you guys have a sense
I
or
don't know.
anything?
I think we're still waiting.
Yeah.
I think we're still
Maybe.
waiting.
I mean, he won the Money in the Bank, so
Yeah.
he did have him where they wanted him, so,
I can't remember who he was talking to,
which is
in that
crazy.
moment, but I think it had something to do with Jay. Jay was a part of it, but with what happened tonight, again, like we use that
Oh
guys
my
are talking about.
gosh.
I don't even know. I don't know what
What are we doing?
is happening. You know what I mean?
I don't know what's happening either. Is this?
So
Yeah, I don't know. I
so
don't even know.
Zayn will fight the winner of Orton Knight Black and Hayes.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
which is crazy. I don't know. I don't know who would win that match. Like who
It's
would
not
you?
gonna be.
That,
It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be.
that's on
Carmelo.
SmackDown. That might be this week's match.
Dude, is it gonna be? Nah,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be Knight because Knight's gonna get screwed over.
So here's your other theory. Here's where your theory might prove right, Kenyn. So next week's match for Raw is Sheamus, Rusev, Bronson Reed, and a yet to be named fourth competitor.
Oh, I know who it is.
So Reed is still alive
Yet
in
to
the
be
tournament.
made fourth competitor.
You know who it
Yeah,
is?
so they're Adam Pearce has 1 week to determine who the fourth person
Bro,
for that
are
match
they
is.
gonna do it?
They're
Are
gonna
they
bring,
bring-
gonna
they'll
do
do it,
it? Are
bro.
they gonna bring? No.
they're gonna bring back
Are
somebody.
you thinking? Are you
No, he
thinking?
went back
Are
to
you
TNA.
thinking
He
who
went
I'm
back to
thinking?
TNA. He went back to TNA.
Who
Who are you thinking? Who are you
Oh,
thinking?
I was
thinking-
way off.
I'm
Dude. We were
thinking-
not thinking about.
I'm thinking Kevin Owens is coming back, bro.
No,
He still hasn't had surgery.
no,
that would have been a great return.
No,
Would've been a great
who are you,
return for him.
Abby? I need to know. I need to know who you're thinking.
I was thinking Brock
El
Lesnar.
Grande, am I? What? Brock? Stop it! You're stupid. Stop. Stop it.
Oh
No,
my
he's
God.
not. No, no, no.
Who were you thinking? He went back
Bro.
to TNA.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Who is it?
You just totally opened up a can of what, because I'm so ticked off about what happened at the main event. I think I know why they did it.
What?
Joe Hendry.
Oh,
No. I think I know why
No.
they did it.
Goldberg.
Freaking think about
yeah, they're gonna
Saudi
set up
Arabia.
Goldberg.
Saudi Arabia.
No, I think they'll
Why
put- it
they
could be
always bring
Saudi.
that boy, they always bring that man back.
What does
He wants
Saudi
that
Arabia
Saudi money,
love?
yeah.
Gold. What do they? What do they want? Goldberg. Bring him back.
The internet rumblings have been that Goldberg will have his retirement match in Atlanta
Against-
at Saturday night's main event.
Huh.
So
all right.
When is that?
These
That's
internet
in
rumblings
July.
you hear happen to work sometimes. So I'm gonna believe that. You know what I mean? You be saying
I don't
some
know.
of these
You think
internet
his- you
rumblings.
think his retirement match is gonna be at a Saturday
At the-
night main
at
event?
the State Farm Arena,
ATL.
Come on.
ATL.
home of the Atlanta Hawks.
I know
Goldberg-
it's from
It made-
Atlanta, but
it-
come on.
It
Goldberg
probably
is a
makes
big
more
Falcons
sense for it to
fan.
happen at Night of Champions. So, no, I don't know why I was thinking Brock Lesnar. I don't know why.
Brock Lesnar. That dude.
I
is
don't know
still
who
on
that
the-
fourth person would be.
That dude
I
is
really
still on
don't.
the Epstein list, man. That dude is still
Oh
on that,
my
man. He
God.
he's,
Speaking
he's
of,
on the,
did
he's
y'all
on-
see
he's on
Elon
the
Musk talk about? No, it's fine. I'm not gonna-
he's on the Vince McMahon list, man. He ain't getting off that thing right now.
Nah,
Yo,
there's a bunch of news on that front.
that's
All right.
wild.
Where we at? It was a great moment. Seth Rollins came out at the end of that promo to kind of tease that he's gonna cash in, which lends more credit to your theory, Kenyn, that he's going for the undisputed WWE Championship and not the World Heavyweight
I
Championship.
think that's yeah.
And then, like,
'cause
does that
he
also
was
kind of
on
like make you want to behave like as a champion a little more carefully too with your decision making and how you go about matches, especially with John and the ruining the wrestling thing? Is he gonna want
Yeah.
like, you know, to do like some very lazy matches where like a disqualification or something that happens where like, you know, he keeps the belt and there's no chance of you even like winning the belt? Like, imagine if that happens. Like, so
That would be
because
crazy.
like what we're talking about here is like CM Punk. What if like John does the whole thing where like he disqualifies because there's like a bird in his ear about the whole, you know, Seth Rollins might cash in on you. So if you go in there and you go too hard, especially someone like CM Punk, you know, you get cashed in on and lose that thing. And then John goes in there and goes, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and just disqualify myself and then leave with my belt. Sorry, I'm still the champion. I can leave with my belt at the end of the year. But then as he's leaving, the goons come out. They start attacking John. CM Punk has no idea what the heck's going on. And then out of nowhere, once John's kind of beat up a little bit, Seth comes out and cashes in to start a match after John's kind of beat up from the other guys. What if that is like how Saudi Arabia happens?
That could very well. That's exactly how Seth won his first title. Not exactly is not the right word, but he did cash in the main event during a match and made it a triple threat.
And triple threat, which automatically means that there's no disqualification if it's a triple threat.
No disqualifications, yeah. So theoretically, he could do that during the Cena Punk match,
And
which
ruin
would
it for
make
Punk.
sense, and ruin it for Punk, which
has always been.
I
his
understand that, yeah. So it's like we need to get rid of Punk, and also I need to have power, and he can do that in one moment at Night of Champions. Oh man, that's getting more realistic the more I explain it.
This all should have been SummerSlam.
It should have been SummerSlam.
This is all SummerSlam stuff, man.
I really want Punk and Rollins to stay away from each other. Like, I'm done with them.
It ain't gonna happen, bro. I think it's gonna happen.
And this
again.
and they're gonna do it. Yeah.
If they give CM Punk a title shot, man, and you got Mr. Hate of CM Punk, like Seth Rollins with a Money in the Bank briefcase, yeah.
You know who I'd rather have seen in that Night of Champions in Saudi? Cena, AJ Styles. That would have been even a better match to do for me.
Even though I think the
problem is AJ.
They're gonna give that.
AJ is still too, like, I don't want to say low on the card right now, but they got to build him back up. And today they did a good job building him back up.
They did a good job,
They had a good match with Chad Gable, and so he beat Chad Gable.
Shadow's a good.
Again, shout out Chad
He had
Gable.
a great.
Chad Gable goes from fighting Vikingo, then he let El Grande Americano take a little bit, by going to do the Money in the Bank match.
He let.
And then Chad Gable turns around and goes up with AJ Styles after an incredible Vikingo match. Insane. What a weekend for Chad Gable and El Grande Americano.
Chad Gable
You know
had
what's
a
even
great
crazy? What's crazier is knowing that I know we're talking about Chad Gable, but like Stephanie Vaquer, she fought Friday night, Saturday afternoon, and Saturday night.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's Stephanie Vaquer, by the way.
Vaquer, my bad.
Wait, so
I'm just kidding.
Talk about Friday night too.
That's how Nikki Bella said her name today.
She said Vaquer.
Oh, Vaquer. That's what she said.
Vaquer. That's what she said. Vaquer. Yeah.
Oh my god.
She fought Friday in a tag match, Saturday afternoon in a tag match, and then a ladder match.
Money in the Bank. Yeah.
Money in the Bank. Crazy.
It's crazy, the stamina. Yeah, so I guess we're just kind of going everywhere right now. Nikki Bella being there, and I thought it was kind of weird. I get what they were trying to do, the whole like, oh, thank you for paving the way, but like they made Io Sky make her look like that was like her idol or something. I'm like, yeah, right, like that. Yeah, that was kind of weird. How she was like all googly eyed for like Nikki Bella.
6 words. It's like,
well,
you paved the way.
Thank you. Like.
That's it.
I don't know. I feel like what's her name? I can't think of her name right now. Undertaker's wife.
Oh, Michelle McCool.
Michelle McCool. I feel like she was even like a little bit more like a paver of the waiver. You know what I mean? Than Nikki.
The reason why they're giving it to Nikki. The reason why they're giving it to Nikki is because Nikki Okay, there's 2 things that happen with Nikki. If you don't know, number one, she had the WWE Divas title for like longer than anybody. She had that thing for like almost 2 years. It was wild how long she had that title. The other thing is she was the reason why they started the Give Divas a Chance hashtag that paved the way for what we ended up getting, which was the big call up, the big 3 call up, which was Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks. Her and her sister had a match that lasted like 4 to 5 minutes, and it was like it was just nothing. And then people were fed up with it. They're like, they're not taking the women seriously.
Wasn't it at WrestleMania too?
Not that match. No, it was the
Brie
Raw
versus Bella.
Oh, the Brie versus Bella match was at WrestleMania, but that wasn't the match that they were complaining about. There was a match that happened on a Raw that like Brie and Nikki were involved in, and it was like 3 to 4 minutes long, and it was like, really, that was it? And then the hashtag blew up, and then they decided, okay, we're gonna make some changes and actually give like women's wrestling a chance. That's the reason why they kept on saying that, because Nikki
So they
was
bring
like,
in Ronda Rousey.
They did.
Her first one was great.
Yeah, her first one was really good.
That was great.
That was the WrestleMania main event run. Yeah.
That was great. Yeah.
Then she left, and then she came
ended
back.
after that. It ended after that.
Mhm.
Yep. Her run was trash after that.
Liv Morgan cut probably the second best promo of tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take that back. The third best promo.
Third.
of
I was gonna
tonight.
say we got one
the
more.
third.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it was great. It was good for Nikki Bella to leave out Liv, and then Liv coming out strong. I would say she went a little too heavy-handed on the "you don't have a man" jokes, because Nikki Bella's married. So
Yeah, it's kind of weird that
I
we
know
still
what
do
the
this.
jab she was taking was. They were Cena jabs, obviously
Yeah.
Cena jabs.
Which we're over that.
Yeah,
Everybody's
we're completely
over
over that.
We're
And
completely
so,
done with that.
Nikki did some good jabs back. I was like, oh yeah, but who's your man? Is he your man or is he Roxanne? It was good.
I really like the way that actually was discussed. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know
was-
if they're going to build towards a Nikki Morgan
I think
match
it
at
is.
Evolution.
I think it is. Unless
should be a
her
pretty
sister,
good-
unless her sister comes back,
And then we
and
get the
they
tag
do,
match.
and they get a tag title match.
That could theoretically. You know, my
It could-
wishful thinking. You know what my wishful thinking was? AJ Lee makes a return.
There's
And
still
we
a
get
chance.
AJ Lee versus Nikki Bella at Evolution.
Oh,
a main
that's what
event.
you. Whoa, you want Nikki against AJ?
Somebody against AJ. I just want AJ back. That's it. I know that's wishful
AJ
thinking.
No,
Wishful
the
thinking,
person that would be perfect to go against AJ Lee. Honestly, this sounds crazy, but I really like Roxanne Perez. She reminds me of AJ.
She does. She does.
And so, how young she is, the way she is on the mic, the way her mannerisms are, it's just like she reminds me of a young AJ that when AJ came up in the WWE at that age. I felt like, that would be kind of a sweet match to watch.
Yeah, the reason I say third best promo was because anytime Punk cuts a promo, it's great. And
Yep.
so he was number 2. Number
Number
1 promo of the night
Yep.
was Ron Killings.
Oh snap! I thought you were gonna
Kill.
talk about Becky Lynch for a second. Go ahead.
No.
Becky had a great. Becky's great on the.
She cut a good promo.
great
It
on
was
the
great.
mic.
It was top 5. It was top 5.
Great promos all over.
There
the
was
place.
4.
Top 5.
There's 4 promos. He said it was
Four
top 5.
It was top 5.
So,
Bro, our
Yeah,
truth
so-
coming out was, oh my gosh.
I'm gonna admit, guys. I'm gonna admit I got a little emotional when he said, "Don't ever tell anybody that your voice doesn't matter," and I was like, "Man, this is for real right now. This is
You
for
say
real."
that
For
it's like
2
the
seconds, I
fans,
thought
bro.
he was
fans'
going
voice
heel
did it.
for 2 seconds.
True.
I thought he was going heel for 2 seconds, and maybe he did, and I didn't notice.
Maybe he did, and people just loved it. But
because
like,
he said that he was like, "Don't ever tell people that your voice is not strong enough," and then he goes, "He's like, you thought I was just a comedy act," and I'm like, "Oh shoot, Are you
Yeah.
about to turn on the people?
Bro,
On the
I
people
think
who got
I
you
said it.
back?"
I was
like,
texting you guys too the
Bro,
same thing.
I
I,
don't-
was like, he's doing John Cena. He's becoming a heel against people that were treating him as a joke.
I think he did become a heel, and I think everybody just loved it.
Yeah,
Him cutting his hair,
See?
bro, that
getting
haircut
a holy you know what chant for when he cut his
just for
hair.
cutting, that was crazy
oh,
work.
a holy.
He gave
I
himself-
can't believe that he.
He gave himself a COVID haircut live in front of the world, dude. It was god awful, but
He
so
said-
good at the same time.
my truth is I'm Ron Killings. I was
He
like,
said, "I'm
"Holy
Ron Killings. I'm
my
truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth," which is
nothing
what he
but the
used to
truth."
say. Which is
Yeah,
what he used to say as a heel in TNA,
and
and when
TNA,
he
yeah.
was when he was a heel for a little while at WWE. He used to
Hmm.
say, "I am the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth." And then he put a little spice on it and said, "Put some respect on my name." And I was like,
Listen,
"You freaking tell
bro,
them." Gosh, man, that pumped me up.
Dude, it was
and
so good.
it. I don't know who wrote it or who produced that segment. I don't want to say it was Triple H. Uh, but it was beautiful that he did it coming out of the crowd, jumping on the table, instead of giving him like a entrance and a walk. Like, it was just beautifully done. It was great. I loved it.
He
In
said, he said, Rock.
in a weekend, you bring him back and you make him the hottest act
He is.
in WWE.
He is. He
The-
is. This is the hottest he has ever been. Like, this is the greatest like pop he has ever had in his whole career. And I mean, it just proved. There was even a moment when, if you watch at the end of Money in the Bank, Kathy Kelly had
she cries.
she
moment.
cried
Yeah.
when she was talking about R-Truth coming back and saying welcome home, and saying like how much like the locker room just loves this guy. And it is you could just tell this is real. I don't think it's a work. I think he actually got let go.
Yeah.
And
It
like
wasn't
they
a word. Everyone's making
I don't
fun of
think it was a
Triple
word.
H for
I don't-
saying, did you enjoy the show?
Bro, he's
Enjoy
saving
the
his
show.
face. I want to say
People are like,
something else, but that's not PG if I say what I'm going to say. He was
Mhm.
saving his face. What was that? What's that thing on Shrek where it says, wipe your face? It's just like, yeah, Triple H was wiping his face. He's-
My goodness.
Yo, he was wiping his face, man. Like, yo,
Bro,
that little
yeah.
smirk that Triple H had, nah, he knew. I think what's crazy is Triple H was not the one. The reason why he had that smirk on his face is because Triple H knew that deep down inside, TKO effed up.
Yeah.
And Triple H knew. I
I
don't
don't
think
know
this
who
was a Triple H call. I don't think it was a Triple H call to let him go.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Well, I don't think so either, but the internet mills say this was a Triple H decision. Then there's some other mills that say it was a Nick Khan decision. That
I
Nick
think it's a
Khan
Nick Khan decision.
that
I
Nick
think it's a
Khan
Nick.
put R-Truth's name on a list of ROI, like, hey, what's our return on investment on this?
Yep, that's
All
what
the
I've
way
heard.
in January.
And that makes sense. And that makes
And,
sense.
And that John Cena heard wind of it and was like, I want him part of my tour.
So you want to know
and then they
what?
put him in the tour,
wanna-
and then they're not going to
And
renew
then they
him.
let him go. You want to know what? Kudos to John Cena then, because he's part of the reason why he's back too.
Yeah.
Like John Cena, people don't realize this. John Cena, the reason why John Cena did that is because people did that for him. The Undertaker did that for John Cena. If it
Mhm.
wasn't for the Undertaker,
John Cena,
John Cena
fired,
wouldn't be the way that he was. He'd be fired.
Mhm.
If it wasn't for the Undertaker and Stephanie McMahon, because Stephanie McMahon saw
Stephanie
that
McMahon gave him the gimmick.
saved
Yeah.
his career, saved his
Yep.
career.
Yep.
And
I c-
because people did that for him, he's doing that for other people because he sees the value in our truth.
Did you guys
Well,
see?
he tried to do it.
crazy to
He
think.
tried to do it for Austin Theory, but Triple H dropped that bag.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
you guys
crazy.
see-
What? I saw a tweet. What was it? Oh, go ahead, Tim. Go ahead while I remember the tweet.
Did you guys see Cody Rhodes make a post after Money in the Bank and the song that he used in his Instagram post? Did you guys see that?
No, what'd he do?
It was the R-Truth
No,
song.
I didn't see it.
Like, it was like a regular post of photos from like the match highlights and everything, and then the song that plays. You know, you can put like a song on a post. It was a R-Truth rap song of like him singing and rapping over the post. I can't
That's
remember what the name
funny.
of the song is.
I didn't see it.
I don't,
No.
I don't know if
to
like
go back and
R-Truth
look
has
at it.
like a lot of music, but let me look this up really quick.
He's a rap. He's like a legit rapper.
It is
Anyway, someone put a tweet that said,
Legacy?
Legacy by Ron
Oh,
Killings,
Legacy.
and it was in Cody's post whenever they won.
Bro, that's sick.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a sweet song too.
Yep.
Those are Cody Rhodes is a top star for him to do that on a weekend like this. That's bold. It's bold. All right, the main event
Yo,
was
that's sick. Oh man, I'm jamming that in the car tomorrow morning. That's sick.
main
Oh my
event was
gosh.
the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah,
Jay versus
let's just get
Gunther.
to it. Let's just get to it.
Yeah, and
What
I thought it
are
was a
we
great
doing?
match. It was a great
What
match.
are we doing?
I was, I'm glad about that outcome. I'm glad about the outcome.
Well, we
It
just
was
thought that Jay is just done. There's nothing more he could do with that title, I guess.
Let me ask the number one
I don't-
question. Why though?
Why was it a great move?
Why did you like the outcome yet?
Because there's no believable way Jay could, should, or would have beaten Gunther.
Yeah.
That would be believable. And so once they scheduled this match 3 weeks ago, I was like, Jay's losing. That's when I knew he was going to lose.
I will say I thought it was a good
someone
match on
texted-
both of their parts.
Oh, Jay, that was probably one of Jay's better matches.
Yeah.
I would say that. One of his better matches.
I'm
I was
mad
proud
that
of him.
it didn't happen. I'm mad that that the result that I wanted didn't happen. It would have been made like it could have been the best like 3 days of wrestling of all time if they would have had like Jay basically survive and then Seth Rollins cashes in. I was like,
At first I thought they was gonna do it because they kept switching the chokehold. Like Jay would put him in the sleeper, then Gunther would put him in the sleeper, then Jay would put him. And I was like, is he gonna tap Jay out? I mean, is he gonna tap Gunther out again? I was like, I just don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I
think you put the title on someone like Gunther, man, because who would we want to see Jay fight in a main event at SummerSlam?
Probably back to the drawing board with Logan Paul.
You would run back a Logan Paul match if Jay was still the champion.
Didn't they not really finish the match though? Wasn't it like a disqualification or it was ended like weirdly? I don't remember if it was an actual match that they had. That's why I'd say run it back.
Yeah, they
'cause
had
I thought that it didn't actually.
I forget
end.
how it ended. How did it end? How did it end, Kenyn?
I thought it got
Saturday
interrupted with a
night's main event.
disqualification or something.
Yeah, it did. John Cena.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking like maybe give it back to Logan Paul to fight him so that Logan gets his actual chance.
But Jay did pin Logan because Cody came and made the save.
Gotcha.
So, but there was interference. You're right. There was interference.
Interference, but it actually ended. There was an actual pin that happened.
Like Jay got the pin on Logan, but you're right, Tim. It did end with there was interference, so it could have gone Logan again.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just more opponents that you can make a great match with Gunther.
Yeah, I
as
agree.
champion than you could with Jay.
I'll throw this.
Not a
out
knock
there.
on Jay. I think his act is brilliant.
And he's
I just
getting
don't
better
think
too.
it needs
which is
a
what I
title on
liked.
it. But he's getting way better. Yeah, he's getting way better.
It's
I'll
just
say
sad because
this.
he only lasted 2 months.
He'll be back.
He was like
at some
52
point.
days or something like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't think that's like the only title run Jay will have. You know.
I know that, but it's like what else do you do with him with a title? Like if he can't hold that for 2-3 months.
I did like. Where was I gonna go with this? I'm sorry. Oh, here's my little theory about what's next for Gunther. I guess at least is because I know we're all like a little confused. I'm theorizing. This is a soft theory, so I don't have like a lot of evidence to it. That we see Braun Breaker versus Gunther at some point. And I think that would be how Seth's team gets that belt if it happens. To me, it'd be weird to take it back off of Gunther so quickly.
Yeah, I think he probably will get a longer run now. Another long run. I don't know if it'll last till WrestleMania, but
yeah.
But then again, like, who would you put it on?
It can't last till WrestleMania because Gunther can't afford to lose a third match in a heavyweight championship match in a row at WrestleMania. He's got to be at WrestleMania to win at some point. Like,
you're right. You're right.
Like,
Yes, you're right.
it can't go till
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
You're right. That's why I'm
He's
saying
got
I don't.
that belt's got to get off of him before
He
that, so
either
that he can
has to
actually
win
win a
it back
match.
at WrestleMania or
That-
win a match at WrestleMania.
Or win a
Yeah.
match that has nothing to do with that
Yes,
belt. Exactly.
because
You're
he's
absolutely
0
right.
for 2 in the last 2 WrestleManias
Against dudes that should have never
against
beaten
dudes
him.
that yes, I agree 100%. Yeah,
You know what would be
great
crazy?
story moments.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn and Jay, but
I have a little theory right here about the Money in the Bank for Seth too. What if whatever champion Seth decides to call out with the Money in the Bank thing.
cash in on.
Let's say it's like John Cena. You said there's 2 nights at SummerSlam, correct? What if you make it something crazy like John Cena's gonna fight a big name guy to get out of the way first night of SummerSlam? Somehow maybe he gets a little hurt, during the match. I'm putting quotes there because it could be a, choreographed theatrical injury, not a legitimate injury. Something
Right.
to where
AKA
something to where he's weak. John fights a big name person the first night, and Seth comes in and goes, No. Like, it's my turn now. You've had your fun, this, that, and the other. But I'm gonna be nice to you, John. What's gonna happen is you're not only gonna fight me but it's gonna be tomorrow night for the main event on the other night. So John Cena, whoever the champion is that he calls out, main events both nights. But because of the Money in the Bank, he has to do it twice, which would be kind of crazy to have John Cena add again to like his GOAT conversation, main eventing 2 nights of SummerSlam.
Both nights.
Wouldn't that be crazy?
SummerSlam, defending the title, winning one night, and then losing. Not a bad theory.
But
Yeah, it's not a bad
it's
theory
a
at
soft
all.
Bad
theory
theory.
because
I like
there's
it.
not a lot of evidence.
it's-
It would
it-
just be cool to see.
Yeah, it'd be
No,
cool to see. I
You're
think
thinking
that
about
the
things
only
that
thing,
you've never done before, and so that's
Yeah.
one thing that's never been done.
Yeah.
So
I think I like that theory. I think the only thing that would keep it from happening is knowing the experience that Seth Rollins has with that Money in the Bank briefcase and knowing how he cashed it in the first time. That dude knows exactly when he's going to do it, and it's going to be the sneakiest thing of all time. I don't know how he's going to do. I don't know who it's going to be on, but gosh,
he
I
still
can
has
see
to
it.
me
I can
the
still
greatest
see it.
cash in of all time.
He's got yes.
It's
No
number
one's ever
one.
cashed. It's number one.
It's the greatest cash in of all time. It really
I'm
is.
sorry, Damian. You stole that cash in from Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins was in the main event. It was like and think about it. He did it to Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns.
Wow.
Here's why Seth's is better than Damien's.
Oh,
Damian-
yeah.
No, I know you didn't say that. I'm giving
Yeah.
credence to the fact that we know
Gotcha.
Seth was
Gotcha.
better. Damian Priest did it after the match.
Yeah.
And then
Good call.
McIntyre won, and then Seth did it in the middle of the match
Dang.
when they're both down and said, "This is now a triple threat match," and he stomped both of them, and then it was just there was
He
a
had one of the
spear.
best nights of all time. He delivered one of the craziest
RKOs. yeah.
sells of RKO I have
That's
ever
what-
seen.
I
Still
think
to
Randy
this
said that's
day.
his favorite RKO.
Because they said that they practiced it and they never could get it right, and then they said we're
never-
going to go for it anyway, and then they nailed
Got it
it.
right. I think I saw an interview where Randy was like, "I forgot to cover him. I was so excited that I hit it."
He was doing
I
all this
forgot to cover
craziness,
him.
and he's like, "Crap, I got to cover this guy. Like it's over. The match is done."
Yeah.
Tim, have you seen that? Have you seen that crazy pop up like curb stomp into an RKO?
Oh, he like flew 700 feet in the air and Randy caught him
Yes.
into an RKO. Yeah. That
Yes.
and the Evan Bourne one,
One
are
of the
like my favorite
greatest-
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
the
yeah,
Evan
yeah, yeah,
Bourne
yeah. The
one
Evan
is
Bourne
crazy
is
too.
nasty. So
Yeah.
so think about this. That RKO happened. He lost in the same night that he cashed in on Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns on the
Roman
main
Reigns, yeah.
event of WrestleMania. WrestleMania 31 might still be one of the best WrestleManias that we've had. Like,
Yeah.
you get the Yes
My-
Movement 2.0 with
with
the
the
Intercontinental
IC
Championship.
title.
So the way that I love how they did the bookends. They ended 30 with Daniel Bryan winning. They started 31 with Daniel Bryan winning and going nuts. You had Sting have a match. NWO was a part of it.
Bad winner, but yes.
Terrible
wrong
win.
winner.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Wrong winner. Wrong winner.
Yeah.
I got a question.
You
here in a second.
had. Yeah, that's what's the other matches you had? You had
You had
you
the
had,
Ronda Rock Triple H Steph moment.
that whole moment was killer. That was the first time you see Ronda Rousey in a WWE ring.
Yeah.
You got Rusev versus John Cena for the U.S. title. That was with the tank coming in and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You had that
was a good. That was really good WrestleMania. 31.
Bray Wyatt went against somebody. Who did he go against? Did he go against Taker? He went against Taker, didn't he?
Was that the Taker year?
I think it was the Taker year.
Because 30 was the Cena year, where Bray Wyatt should have won.
No. 30 was the year he lost.
That's what I'm saying. Bray Wyatt lost.
Yeah, he lost.
But he should have.
No,
won,
wait. No. Against Cena, yeah. Bray Wyatt against Cena. Bray Wyatt lost.
Yeah, okay. That was 30. Bray Wyatt was against Taker
in 31.
In 31.
Yes.
So we had Taker and Bray Wyatt.
You're saying Taker lost in 30 to
he lost to Lesnar in 30, came back and then beat Bray Wyatt in 31.
And then
and then you had the Roman versus Brock, the very first match that they've ever had, which was still that one and the SummerSlam one were probably their best matches that they ever had
that year. Yeah.
No.
Are you talking about the one recent one with the
Nashville one with the
Nashville with the truck?
Yeah. That was top notch.
The mic throw and the catch.
The mic throw with the wink and all that. Oh my gosh, so good. That Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns match was actually really, really good in 31. And then you had the cash in that made it even better. That might be a better WrestleMania. That might be one of the top WrestleMania.
That wasn't the birth of Suplex City, was it?
That was the birth of Suplex City. He said it there. Suplex City. Yeah, he said it there.
Suplex City.
Yep, he said it there. Yeah. That's where he said it at. I'm trying to think. Was there any? Oh, there was. That was AJ Lee's final match with Paige in a tag match. That was her final match before she left the company. Man, that was a good WrestleMania.
31 was good.
31 was a good WrestleMania. Wow, that's crazy.
Man,
Tim, you were going to say something, but I kept on.
That was 10 years ago, bro. That was 10 years ago.
I had a question because
we just had 41.
I've been hearing and seeing a lot of moved around events and such. Did Money in the Bank for next year get moved to a way different time than it normally is?
Did.
When is that?
It's later in the year.
Later
August 29th.
So it's well over.
It's not in June. It's
Do you think that there's a reason story-wise why they would move it so late and we're going to see Seth with that Money in the Bank briefcase for a while?
Because with his team, why they moved it.
Because with his team, why would he want to waste an opportunity with the Money in the Bank if he's already got the ability to get the belts now? Have the belts, have the briefcase. If someone beats you, you have almost a one-way ticket back to getting that belt back. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you. I don't think he cashes in until after either Bronson Reed is not in the final and Night of Champions, or until Bronson Reed gets eliminated. So after Night of Champions, I don't think he cashes in. I actually don't think he cashes in anytime soon.
Could you imagine? Let's just go deep. Let's go deep here.
All right, that's what she said.
I like what they're saying. Okay, they're really trying to mold Braun Breaker, right? Braun Breaker is getting molded. He's asking questions. Paul Heyman is giving him answers. Seth Rollins is trying to explain why he does the things he does. Could you imagine how diabolical it could be if Braun Breaker is molded to win a title just for Seth Rollins to do the and cash in on him.
That's what I was about to say earlier, but I was like, that wouldn't make sense
Could
unless it
you
was like.
imagine how diabolical? Or if he even sick and twisted asked him for the title and just said, just give it to me.
Yeah.
Like,
it's all part of
give
the
me
plan.
the title.
Trust me, something.
Could
like
you
that.
imagine Braun Breaker being Batista 2.0 with the thumbs down?
I
Like,
love that so much, and now it makes me mad he didn't win tonight.
it makes me mad that he didn't win.
I get Sammy he's due, but
he's getting pushed because he represents us. Doesn't Sami Zayn not? I know he's Canada, but he also is a Saudi Arabia type of.
oh yeah, he goes over there.
Yeah,
he talks
yeah.
Arabic. It's
that's
a big
what I
sell
thought.
for
That's
them.
what I
It's a big
thought. I
push,
think that's the reason why he's advancing.
Yeah, he'll go to the. I don't know if he'll go to the finals because that SmackDown bracket is loaded. You're talking about Orton, Knight, Hayes, and Black. Jesus.
We still got SummerSlam though.
Jeez.
That
But no,
Breaker could get something from.
but this King of the Ring tournament, whoever wins gets an automatic title shot at SummerSlam. For their respective brand.
So how crazy is this? Who is it going to be?
Braun could have. No, I don't. Actually, now I think it's right that he didn't win. I know Bronson's not going to win either.
Lord Jesus, Sammy can't win because I can't see Sammy versus Gunther again.
No, we don't want to see that.
We don't want to see that either.
No.
Bronson Reed versus Gunther would be
I actually
massive, dude.
So Cody Rhodes is in the second SmackDown bracket.
He's in the bracket?
Yeah. He's in the bracket. Let me see what that match was. That match was Cody. Let me see. I had it pulled up here.
Cody's gonna get his title back at SummerSlam.
Cody, Priest, Andrade, Nakamura.
Ain't no way Cody's not winning.
Rhodes is winning that match, bro.
Bro, there ain't no way. They said,
bro, look at the other SmackDown bracket. You got Orton, Knight, Black, Hayes, and that's like, yo, that's a tough bracket. And then they put Priest, Andrade, and Nakamura with Rhodes. Could you make it any easier for Rhodes, bro?
And that just shows right there that Orton's not going to win that because they can't put in the semifinal Cody versus Orton. That's a main event match.
So it looks like, based on the bracket, they might change it. It looks like the winner of the Orton Knight Black Hayes is gonna fight Zayn, and the winner of Rhodes Priest Andrade Nakamura is gonna fight the winner of Sheamus Rusev Reed and the yet to be named competitor. So it's gonna be Raw versus SmackDown in the semifinals, and then it'll be Raw versus SmackDown in the. Oh no, it could be SmackDown versus SmackDown in the finals.
That's what I'm saying. The way that you're telling me with this bracket is that there could be an Orton Rhodes final at Night of Champions.
Jeez, there could.
You're telling me that there's a chance for that to happen there. I don't want that to happen there either.
You don't want that to happen? I kind of do, bro.
I don't want it at Night of Champions.
Honestly, I don't want it at Night of Champions either. You're right. I don't want it at Night of
Champions. It's a SummerSlam match.
I was gonna say, who would you even have trying to win that match?
Bro, this bracket is crazy. Now that I'm thinking.
You have Cody lose, and then like that just derails him going back for the belt with John. You have Orton win, and it's like, or if you have Orton lose,
they're not. Orton's
Orton's
not going to win that because he already got his title shot. He already got his title shot.
We already had Orton Cena. Yeah, you're right. We already had Orton.
This basically is showing me that Cody's going to win his way back to a title shot against Cena at SummerSlam.
Oh my gosh!
I think that at SummerSlam it's going to be Cena Cody again.
So the finals is going to be Rhodes Zayn. Because you got to have Zayn at Saudi, right?
That's going to be a great build-up.
Zayn versus
and Cody Rhodes. That's actually going to be passion. There's passion in that.
Bro, both of them songs are gonna.
If they do that, there's passion in that.
Yeah.
I won't be mad at that. I won't be mad at
I won't
that.
be mad at that either.
I just don't know who comes out of that Orton Knight Black Hayes match. Jesus, that's a main event right there.
That's so crazy.
It has to be. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. My money's on Knight or Hayes. But then you have Knight versus Sami Zayn, two faces. Jeez. Oh my gosh.
No, I don't think it's gonna be Knight. I think Knight's gonna get screwed over because of what happened tonight.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Braun.
I think that's a done deal. I think it's a done deal.
Braun cost. I mean, or the Vision, whatever their faction name is, they're gonna cost them the match. Yeah, you're right.
I feel like
So
if
we
you
might get
had,
Knight, LA Knight, Braun Breaker at Night of Champions, in a singles match, or something like that.
because if you do it this way, you could do like
Ooh.
Black or Hayes versus Cody, probably right at some point, and then it's not like that crazy of a deal if Cody wins that match. It doesn't really do much for like Cody's brand, but
Right.
it's something you could expect him to win safely. You know what I mean? But with people that can also put on
Yeah.
a good match. So
I think he could have a good match with Sammy.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because
It
like
just feels-
Kenyn was saying, Sammy's matches are great because he's just so passionate in the ring.
yeah.
Yeah.
That feels almost like a Ric
Like him
Flair
winning
versus
tonight?
Shawn Michaels type match, though.
Yes.
Where like instead of like
Bro.
the sweet chin music, it would be like the haluva kick. Like I'm sorry, haluva kick.
Yeah. But that's the problem with face matches. Like they're like too nice to each other. They're like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I love you.
man.
Oh man. Now
We
I'm
didn't talk
curious
about
to see where
the-
they go. I mean,
We didn't talk about the other match from tonight. I don't know if you guys want to just skip over it, but Rhea Ripley.
oh my gosh, we didn't even talk about the Queen of the Ring
Yeah,
brackets.
the Queen of the Ring
Jesus
bracket. Yeah.
Christ. Oh
I think
my
that's honestly, I love how they did the Liv Morgan build up to hitting Nikki Bella. I like that, like Liv had to crack because she's just going through like heck right now because the whole Roxanne thing, and then she went out there and then she lost with Roxanne winning that fight, and then she's like freaking out, and then she had her name not mentioned by Nikki, and she's like, "That's it, I've had it with today." I love that. That was a great
Yeah.
build up for the whole night.
So that
But
ending for that match was fantastic because Liv had
was
it won.
great.
Yeah.
Liv had
It
it
was-
won, and then
No,
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 she didn't.
no. Kyrie had it won.
Kyrie had it won.
Yeah.
Oh my
Kyrie
gosh.
was because remember
And
when
then
Roxanne said like, "Hey,
Roxanne
I helped
saved
you out.
her.
I didn't let you
Yeah.
get pinned,
Yep,
but I
yep,
won the
you're
match.
right. Yes,
I
but
didn't
I
let
won.
you get." And she's like, "Oh yeah, well, good for you. That's great. That's great. Good for you."
All right, so
because-
look at this match. Look at this fatal four-way on SmackDown, bro.
There's somebody who's coming back. Somebody's coming
Oh
back,
yeah.
and that's
So
I
here are the
can't believe
other
they
trip.
announced it.
I hate that they announced it. I'm so mad they
I
announced
hated
it.
that they announced it too. That could have been a.
Here are the other three
Scooby
fatal four-ways. You got
yeah.
Cargill. I always want to put a D in there. I don't know why. Cargill, Mitchin, Nevin,
Michin?
and Meechin. I call her Mia Yim.
Oh, okay,
And then
yeah.
Nia Jax.
So you
So
have Nia,
Cargill and Nia Jax are
Meechin,
in the same
Car-
match. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
said you had Cargill.
Piper Nevin and Meechin
Piper
are in that
and-
match
Okay.
to fill it out. But good.
Bro, you were
Cargill
you were doing the struggle bus with the names there because I think you called her Nevin. Hyper
and
Nevin.
Nevin.
Stephanie Vacquet.
You said Nevin,
Stephanie McKay. Mitchin.
Mitchin.
Meechin?
You said Mitchin, Nevin,
Cargill.
Cargill.
Cardigan. Jade Cardigan.
John Chana.
And Nia Jax.
And
Yeah,
and Nia
Jade's-
and Nia Jax.
Yeah, so Jade's winning that match.
Jade's winning that match. Here's the
Logan
other SmackDown
Paul.
match. You got Flair, Flair, Bliss, Green, and Candice LeRae.
Flair's winning that. Ooh.
I really
Bro.
want Green to win so bad.
I want
so
Bliss
bad.
to win.
I love me some Chelsea Green. She ain't winning that match with Flair, and
I
ain't
know,
no way.
man. That sucks.
We know what
And-
we're building up to for the Queen of the Ring. We already know what we're building up to.
What do you think?
Flair versus Cargill. You're
Flair
right.
versus Cargill is gonna happen.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Yep. You're
And-
right.
And
And
can you
someone's gonna
believe
Here's
mess
the
it
other
up.
Raw. Here's the Raw match. Though. The Raw match is Asuka, Vaquer, Rodriguez, and Nile.
Oh my
Man,
gosh,
Asuka,
Asuka and Vaquer is in the same match.
Asuka
Whoa.
and Vaquer in the same match, bro. They cooked
That's
with
not
these brackets. I'm not
fair.
gonna lie.
That's not fair. Wait, say that one more time. Say that Fatal 4-Way again.
This is next week. Fatal 4-Way. Asuka, Vaquer, Raquel Rodriguez, and Ivy Nile.
Dude,
Or
Wow,
poor
that's pretty-
Ivy Nile.
Poor Ivy Nile.
Just poor Ivy
yeah.
Nile.
oh
You
my
can even
god.
say same thing
Man.
for Rodriguez. 'cause
Asuka and
we're not
Stephanie
even-
Vaquer.
Steph-
You can't have Asuka not win that match coming back.
And we're not even gonna be here next week.
So how does Vaquer lose?
Bakwe, you mean?
That's the question.
I
can't
was
say
saying
that.
it wrong now.
How does she
Vakir.
lose? How does she lose?
You can't announce. They showed a promo package for Asuka today. I don't think
You can't let her lose.
You can't lose. She can't lose. She
And
can't lose.
Vaquer's in there. Oh my gosh.
Vaquer's
So if
already
Flair comes
pretty.
out of that first,
What's the other one? What's the other one? What's the other one? What's the other Raw one?
the other Raw one was tonight. It was Ripley
Oh yeah.
playing Morgan.
So we have
So
Roxanne.
Perez
who
moves
is-
on. She
so
would
she's
fight
gonna
the
go
winner.
against-
Oh my gosh, she would fight the winner of Cargill, Meechin, Nevin, and Jax.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Cargill
Perez
versus
and
Roxanne
Cargill.
Perez.
Holy
Ooh.
crap!
Man, this is crazy. So you have that match, and then Jade's gonna go. So that means that Wait a second. Are you trying to tell me that
Would we see Judgment Day
Are
come
you
help
trying to-
out Roxanne?
timeout? No. Are you trying
know,
to tell me
maybe.
that we're gonna see Asuka versus Flair?
Yup. If Flair and Asuka come out of their Fatal 4-Way, it's Flair versus Asuka, bro.
That's not right. Do you want to know why?
On a
Because
on a
Asuka-
Raw or SmackDown on
Wanna know
TV.
You want to know why that's not right? You want to know why that's not right? Because we
Why?
all know, we're talking about all these other WrestleManias. We all know that at WrestleMania 34, Asuka should have beat Charlotte
100%, bro. That
and should have stayed
WrestleMania,
undefeated.
that
That WrestleMania
WrestleMania
blew.
was horrible
It was trash.
for the two because it was Nakamura versus AJ Styles, which was
Which you
phenomenal.
think it would have been great.
and they ended it horribly. Yeah, and then
They-
Asuka losing to Flair was just a horrible choice.
And then you're missing the biggest, worst thing of all time: the Brock Lesnar versus Roman,
Yep.
the worst one, the
Roman
worst
losing
one,
again. Yeah,
the worst match. The whole
that
like,
match was probably their worst match together. Yeah,
that was terrible.
yo, these brackets are crazy though.
We could see Asuka versus Charlotte in a semifinal.
And it
That's
sucks. You see,
crazy.
if you would have given Asuka that win years ago, and now you got Asuka Flair in a semifinal, you could give Flair the win. No,
You can
no
give Flair
problem.
the win.
Give the, but because of the history,
People are going to be mad.
they are going to be mad. They will boo her out of the building. If that's what you want, then you do it. And which makes sense if you want, which would make sense if you want Cargill to get the pop when she wins. You put her in the ring with the heelish, the heel of heels, which right now is.
And they've
Charlotte
already
Flair.
done a face to face
They've
about
already-
the Queen of
yep.
the Ring.
So
So it's like
That's-
they've built it up
if you
perfectly.
honestly, if you put anybody else in the finals against Cargill, that other person might get cheered. If you put Asuka versus Cargill, people are gonna cheer for Asuka, and if Cargill wins, they'll get mad. So I think, yeah, Flair Cargill is probably the plan, and Cargill wins, and then she challenges. What is she? SmackDown. Tiffany
she would challenge
Stratton.
Tiffany.
Woo!
That's
Dang.
gonna be wild.
Oh my gosh.
Yo.
I actually like that. And then you have the Naomi Roman in the background. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. That's
Yo.
beautiful.
What? So I want to go back to tonight. So with Roxanne winning, and then did you guys catch the behavior from the Judgment Day, aka Dom, also in the background whenever Liv
Yup.
comes back and goes, "What are we celebrating for?" And then Roxanne's trying to
Yup.
be part of the crew, and then Dom's like, nothing. We're celebrating that I have a match I'm about to go to." I was
I
like,
have a match, yeah. No,
I'm
because
like-
Finn was like, "Hey, are you gonna go talk to her?" And I was like, "I have a match right now, man. I gotta go."
yeah. Dude, I'm
Finn-
curious. It
Finn's
looks
gonna
like
break up the Dutch.
it looks
Finn's gonna
like
break them up.
true. Yeah, it looked like tonight that it looked like Liv was kind of on the out. The way she was almost like having like a tantrum whenever she went out to talk to Nikki Bella, and then Roxanne or what's her name, Raquel didn't go out there with her. You know what I
Nope.
mean? So in the match for Roxanne Perez coming up, would we see Raquel help her out by any chance and kind of make it seem like Liv's on her way out of the Judgment Day, or really just like, stealing her man? Because then you also saw tonight a couple moments where Rhea and Liv were together in that match. Like, wouldn't that be crazy if they all of a sudden,
Mhm.
we have something in common now? We can do tag team champions together now. We'll take it from them. I don't know. Like,
Holy crap, that'd be crazy.
that would just be.
No, I think
There's a
I
lot
would
there.
love to see Finn versus Dom at SummerSlam would be phenomenal.
Okay. Yeah. I like
It
that.
would be phenomenal.
Yeah, for the Intercontinental
So I think
Championship.
I think the breakup needs to happen between now and then. I don't want to see it done for Night of Champions. So, because you got 2 nights
Yeah, I
of
think-
SummerSlam, and you're already giving away your big matches.
They've got to
for
build
Night
up.
of
They've got to build up
Champions.
Solo
Jeez.
versus Jacob for SummerSlam. They've got to build up
Yes.
Dom. They've got to build up Dom.
I'm afraid they're gonna do it at Night of Champions. I'm so afraid they're gonna do it there, which is the only reason I didn't like the turn at Money in the Bank. But I get it.
Who would win, Solo or Fatu in that situation? What do you think?
It matters on
So-
how. Yeah.
Antics?
I would have Solo win.
Yeah, I'm there.
Solo wins with JC Mateo interference.
Yeah.
I heard that they trademarked another Fatu name. So there might be a third guy coming to Solo's crew
Doesn't
and help him win that match.
Is it Solo or Fatu? Doesn't they have like 2 brothers that have been signed for like 6 months and they haven't even like done anything? Is that who you're referring to?
Well, yeah, which is why I think they trademarked another Fatu name. Yeah,
Gotcha.
they did that with Fatu. They signed him months before he debuted,
Yeah.
and the reason that he didn't debut, which is crazy, because we actually saw it play out in real life. The rumblings were they didn't debut him because if they did earlier, he would have overshadowed Solo because he was
True.
so good. And when he
Yeah.
debuted, what did he do? Overshadowed Solo
Yeah.
immediately. Not that
And-
Solo wasn't doing a great job, because he was. But Fatu's just him, bro. He's just that guy.
I think
Yeah.
Solo's character change that we saw also over the weekend, where he's kind of like, I wouldn't say like changed as much, but he really emphasized his goofiness. You know what I mean? As like the goofy heel, where he's kind of like,
Yep. Which I think
So
is
crazy,
great.
dude.
you know
It's
what I mean?
great.
Like,
It really is.
I think keep letting him do that stuff because that's gonna make it to where he's almost like the likable heel. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
I think if if you build it right, Solo versus Fatu, and then you have Solo beat him, no one will be mad at that. They'll boo it, but they'll understand it. It'll be good storytelling.
yeah,
You'll get the title back on Fatu eventually, but I think Solo deserves a mid-card title run. I think he's done great work over the last 2 years with being the enforcer for the bloodline, and then when Roman lost the title, turning on creating his own bloodline. I thought, he did a really great job. Being up the heel in a Roman rivalry, and I think he deserves a title run, not a world title, but you know, something good, man. And you
Yeah.
too, buddy.
Yeah. I'm trying to think here. Oh, we had a return tonight. Did we talk about that?
It was so quick, and I was so mad about it,
Yeah.
but I liked it.
I
I
called
liked
it
the return. You did call it.
Yeah,
in our
I
little
mean,
group
yeah,
chat.
Bailey
yeah.
returned.
Another
Bailey
match that
returned.
shouldn't be a Night of Champions. It better be a freaking SummerSlam.
Here's
Thank
why
you, man. Thank you.
here's why I liked it versus disliking it more, was because she was calling out Lyra to come out and do the whole, like, put the belt on me and be more respectful about it, raise my hand, be the bigger person, whatever it was. Or she's like, I'm gonna be the bigger person. What'd she call her? Come on out, bird woman or something.
Bird lady, yeah.
Bird lady. So I'm sitting there. So I'm watching that.
Coming out,
And
bird lady.
I literally text you guys. I'm like, oh man, dude, I'm done with this. The Lyra
that.
and the
You
Becky
did say
thing.
that.
I'm like, this is starting to feel a little old now. I'm like, why are we still feuding like this? There's other people out there, I'm sure. And then I was like, wait a second, Bailey might come back. It was like 8 minutes before it happened. I was like, what if Bailey comes back? And then all of a sudden, all
was
that
good.
purple hair come flying out there and hits her from behind.
Yo,
And they
alright,
team
it
up
was
and
definitely purple. It
they
was
teamed up.
crazy.
Yeah.
But if you noticed, Lyra was confused.
Liar,
Okay.
yeah.
Almost like she didn't know what was going on or didn't even like the fact that Bailey came back. But she was like, what? No.
Mm.
Because then Becky tried to leave the ring and then she like bumped her, threw her back in the ring.
Yeah.
Bailey got some more punches, and then Becky ran away. But Lyra was like confused, like, what do I do now? Like, I want to get mine's back, but now you come
Yeah.
back? Like, and so I think we'll get a triple threat match, but I would much rather see a Bailey Becky one-on-one.
True.
100%.
You guys want to? I just realized something kind of sad. I was thinking while you're talking. So whenever Jey Uso came out tonight, did you guys notice who he walked out with?
With his son.
His son.
Yeah.
It was almost like they knew, hey, this might be, your son might grow up and not really be into wrestling. This might be one of the few times where if he's down, let him walk out with you and eat with you and do the whole thing. Like, that's a cool father-son moment. You know what I mean? And like,
Yep.
and then they did that, and then they take the belt away from him, almost as if it was like, this might be a long time before you get a belt again. You know what I mean? Here's a moment you can have with your son. And I'm still thinking, like, man,
Thank
that's
you for
actually
the
kind of
last-
sad, But-
Yeah. Thank you for the last 6 months. You did a great job. We'll take it from here.
Yeah. But I mean, people are still gonna be.
Nah, it
eating
was
like
cool.
crazy,
I mean,
you
he
know what
came out with him at WrestleMania. So to have that moment with him, well, that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
I think they might take Jay off TV for a little bit.
Give him a little bit of a break. He's been a
Yeah.
workhorse.
And then,
He's been a workhorse, man.
which that's what they usually do. Like a champion of that caliber, with that, who's so over, and so you can't put him in something too fast because you want him to get that love when he comes back, like they did, with Cody. Even when Roman lost,
honestly,
he was
let
off
him,
TV for like 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
They won't give him 4 or
Honestly-
5 months. They'll give him like a couple weeks, which is fine. He'll come back, do something like a pop, ooh, so, and then people be like, "Oh, he's back." It's crazy.
Give him like a little bit of rest time, vacation time, whatever it is. And also let him like take a little bit of time to like develop some more moves. That way, if he does come back, he looks more championship fitting. Why are you laughing? That's
Agree.
legit. I think if you're growing up,
I'm laughing just because I'm laughing just because everybody says that he needs more moves. So it's just
Which I mean, again, tonight he looked really good against Gunther. Like it was a lot more diverse with like what his moves and choices were. I thought no way he was gonna choke out Gunther again.
Yeah,
But-
exactly. That's why I knew he was going to lose. Because it's not believable for him to win again.
Yeah, but I mean, practice a couple like newer
I love
moves
his
that you want to
act.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
The act is he's over with the crowd, and so that's why he does the encores and the picking up the kids and eating
Yeah.
with them, which is awesome. It's just You would much rather have a champion like a Gunther
Yeah.
that's champion that fights in the ring. Uh, Nothing against Jay. I think he's great and he sells merch and he moves people and the song is catchy and all that stuff. But
I saw
you still want a champion. You want a wrestler.
I saw a behind the scenes video of the broadcast team and Jay before he does his walkout, and they're like peeking through the curtain together, and they're looking for like the kid who he's gonna pull in and do the yeet with, so that way the broadcast team is like prepared for the camera angles on where to do it, where to be locked in. And so he's like, hey, there's a little kid in like a pink shirt down there. I'm gonna pull them off to the side, and that's who I'm gonna yeet with. And then the broadcast guy is like telling the people backstage with the headset and everything. It was just a cool like behind the scenes.
They showed the backstage of that.
It was like a behind the scenes of Jay talking with the broadcast guys, like up. He's literally about to walk out.
Where is that?
It was on Instagram. I might have sent it to you guys. If not, I'll find it and I'll send it to you guys again. But it was pretty cool.
I want to see that. That's pretty cool. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I guess.
Yeah, because they always pick like the cutest kids, and you're like, oh my, that's
like,
so
what
adorable.
a coincidence! Like, you know.
Yeah.
What's it called?
None of the kids know how to eat, by the way. They just go crazy. They just.
Bro, none of them are on
put their
beat half the
hands up
time. There's some kids that are just like.
It's hilarious.
Like, do you know what they need to
I'm
do?
like,
They need to make like a dumb cereal, kind of like how they did with like the Bootios thing. Just call it Yeetos.
Eatos.
They'd
So
probably
many missed opportunities.
They'd probably sell some cereal,
Yo,
bro.
you can't, bro. Yeah, I mean, they did
Like,
have Bootios,
Little marshmallow J's everywhere for Jay.
It was what WrestleMania was that where they came out of the cereal
Or
box?
the Bootio box. I think it was 32.
32. Yeah.
It
It was
32.
brilliant. They had a
Bootios.
good cereal run. Even John Cena, when The Rock called them Fruity Pebbles, he had a great cereal run marketing with a great endorsement with Fruity Pebbles. It was take advantage, yeet.
They went from Bootios to
Yeetos.
pancakes.
Oh man.
What did The Rock call them when they had the unicorn? Can I say this on the pod? Can I say what I'm about to say? I mean, it's past midnight. I might as well say it's 1 o'clock where Abby's at. Man, it's almost time to get off here.
Yeah.
What did they say? He had the oh, I know what he said. The Rock was making fun of the New Day because they had the unicorn headband things and said they have llama penises on their heads.
Oh man.
Yo, yeah, they had that. They had the Bootios. They had the pancakes. They had the random trombone. Like, I was like, this is
Francesca.
so random. They were
All right.
so over when they were, you know, yeah.
I want to end this with a little segment and then announcement, Kenyn, from you, I guess, for our next 2 weeks.
Yes.
What was you guys? Well, everybody will get the microphone. Let's just go. Let's go Abby, Ken, and me, I guess. Let's do. What was
Okay.
your favorite pop from the weekend? Like, what was your favorite pop moment that happened? Now that can include Monday night. It can include Friday. It can include AAA or Money in the Bank. Anything from the weekend.
I think we're probably a couple of us gonna say the same one. Our Truth Pop was probably my favorite.
Yep.
I don't think there's anything better than both our true pops, the one from tonight and the one from
yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah. I'm gonna
I
say
don't think there's
mine
anything better
was
than that.
tonight's moment where he had his, mic moment too. My second choice was gonna be the CM Punk coming out after John. That was probably one of my
yeah.
favorite pops.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole like cutting the
Kudos
hair
to the
thing.
Phoenix crowd. The Phoenix crowd was dope tonight.
Yeah.
The
I mean-
haircut, man.
There was at one point I was like, I don't know if Phoenix knows how to chant, but they were at least trying. You know what I mean?
They were.
I don't remember what. But
It was better than Tulsa.
yeah, dude. Our Truth coming out, cutting his hair.
I'm just kidding.
I mean,
It was beautiful.
Crazy.
Our Truth coming out and cutting his
Crazy.
hair. Like, what a choice of free will that was. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if
It's a
that was.
choice.
I don't know if that was him or if that was them writing backstage like, hey, you gotta like get rid of your identity. and then he's gonna come out next week and have different contact colored eyes or something.
Knowing how long it probably took to cut to
Grow that
out
out.
his hair, like to
Yeah.
cut like that in 2 seconds like that, yeah, that was definitely his choice to do that.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Hey, he's
Crazy.
one last run with WWE, and he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it well.
Oh yeah.
Ron
right, Kenyn.
Killens.
So next week.
Well, guys, yeah. So, well, guys, we had a great week. A lot of great things that we got to talk about. I'm glad we had a massive, fun-filled, packed weekend with AAA, Money in the Bank, Raw after Money in the Bank. Next Monday, we are actually going to be off from the podcast. The reason why is because I'm going to be actually in Abby's neck of the woods. I'm going to be in Florida. Actually, I think that we're actually going to try to even meet up, which is going to be awesome. So we're excited about
Heck
that.
yeah.
Going to be a little vacation slash, my daughter's doing a national dance competition down in Orlando. So I'm going to be taking some time to be with the fam. And speaking of just treating ourselves, Tim is actually going to be, it's official now. He
It
will
is.
be at, because of the win, he will be at the Oklahoma City Thunder game for the NBA Finals, Game 5, which still has the potential to be the closeout game if they win both games in Indy. So
It's gonna be tough.
that's awesome. I'm super pumped for my friend, my brother, because he is a true OKC fan, and for him to be able to go there,
Not a
see-
Supersonics fan, a Thunder
not a
fan.
Thunder fan,
Yeah.
to be able to go there, to be able to root on his team in that stadium for the NBA Finals, and we have a mutual friend that he's known for a while who's actually singing the national anthem. There's nothing better than that. There's nothing better than that. That is just a crazy,
That's awesome.
like, that's just a crazy night for you.
get to be
So I'm
on the
excited for that
court.
for you
On the court.
on the court.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be
Dang.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He has a
Y'all-
chance to have an interaction with Shea, so it's gonna be great.
Yeah,
so.
y'all watch.
I
me
love
on
you
TV.
because you're one of my good. I love you because you're one of my good friends, but I hate you because you get to do that.
Imagine your team. All right, you're a Knicks fan. Is that correct, Abby?
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, Kenyn, you're Golden State.
They've been
fan.
trying to imagine. Yeah, they've been trying to imagine that for decades, though. So
Imagine you get to stand on the court with your favorite team in a potential closeout for like what is. This feels dumb to say, like the Super Bowl of your sport. It's the finals. It's the champion. It's the big hoorah of your sport. You're on top of the world.
I could get to high five Spike Lee, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like,
You could spike Spike Lee's hand, is what you.
I could Spike Lee's hand. bro.
Exactly. It's gonna be awesome, and sad that I'm gonna
Well,
be missing
Gennaro's
the
got
podcast with you guys, but it's gonna
yeah,
be.
same here.
It's gonna be
but,
one of
you
those
know,
things
we'll-
that
we'll-
you can't even imagine checking off your bucket
Yeah.
list most of the time.
yeah, and I'm very
Okay.
thankful that this was a very packed weekend, and then of course Monday, so that we can have like a little bit of a break. We have a little bit of time to breathe for a second, and then we'll come back stronger than ever. Coming back on the podcast. Actually, if we do the podcast in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to try to get on while I'm in Kansas City. So
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do that while I'm gone that week. So
Yeah, me and Abby will for
that
sure be
still has the
here.
potential for that. Yep. So
Kenan,
Yeah, we
Kenan
got
might
a-
be on vacation still, but
We
we'll
got a
see.
PLE this year. We got a Saudi show in June. So June 23rd, 24th. It's at the end of the month. So we'll probably get on a pod before that. Do our predictions.
Night of Champions is the 20. Is it really? Is it really?
Yeah, it's this month. Yeah.
What? When is Night of Champions?
Why does it feel like it's so quick? Like we just had Backlash, Saturday Night's Main Event, Money in the Bank, like all this stuff happening.
Oh,
and now
thank
we're
God! It's
going-
the 28th. Thank God. I was thinking
June
'cause if you
28th.
would've-
Sorry.
the weekend that you were telling me, I was like, golly, I'm not even going to be around to even watch that. So no, it's the
Sorry,
28th.
my bad.
Okay, we got.
I knew it was in the 20s. I didn't know. I didn't know
It's-
which one. Yeah.
So
it's still only 3 weeks away, which is crazy.
that Monday, Kenan, where you'll be in Kansas City, I guess we could probably just make that. Would that be prediction show night?
Mhm.
That would be the 23rd.
Yeah,
on
we'll
that
be
Monday, right?
prediction show. Yeah,
That'll be prediction
yeah,
show.
So I apologize in advance if I'm going to be on a phone, but at least I'll still be here. So there you go. So I'll still be around.
There
so
you go.
But yeah, so sorry that we won't be here on Monday, but just keep on following us on our Instagram, follow us on our YouTube. I like to put random stuff on there sometimes too, you know, like I put my reaction of me freaking out with R-Truth showing up because yeah, that just I couldn't believe that happened. But also, yeah, it's just gonna be great. I can't wait. I hope that OKC does it on Game 5. It'd be great. It'd be crazy if they can sweep.
I'll probably cry
from now on. You know,
I'll probably lose
you
my
should,
voice.
and you
I'll
should be proud
cry.
of it.
I'll get a tattoo.
Yep.
Everything.
It's the bison.
A bison.
The bison.
Dude, that story I
Bison
told you is
tattoo.
wild. I gotta figure that out, but yeah.
Yeah. I'd be freaking out if a bison came to me with like his just walking like a normal person. That'd be wild. So.
Yeah,
But,
I'm gonna give
until
context
then,
before I mention
guys-
that story again.
until then, guys,
have to.
it's been great to be you know, talking about the greatest way of entertainment that we have, which is wrestling. And yeah, maybe we might mention other companies randomly. There is going to be a massive pay-per-view of AEW that's happening soon that is worth talking about, that we could possibly talk about in the future, which is All In, which is in Texas. They are building up probably one of the best women's matches that you'll probably see all year, which will be Toni Storm versus Mercedes Moné, aka Sasha Banks. Yeah, I'm just saying that might be one of the best matches. And so to think that they were bred in the business of WWE, and now they're doing their thing. So, but yeah, I guess one thing that we didn't talk about that we did, I'm going to say this in 10 seconds because people probably don't even know who she is, but they're going to know who she is soon enough. Because speaking of Toni Storm, Mariah May is in WWE.
Mariah May.
NXT, I can't wait for tomorrow to watch that.
I know, bro. I
can't
just want to
wait.
know what they changed her name to.
Well,
But
her real
she's gonna
name is
crush it.
yeah.
She's
yeah,
gonna crush it. She's
it.
always been.
She's already main event status.
100%. Yeah. Some people are saying, why does she even go to NXT? She sold out London. You know.
Crazy. Yeah.
She won't be there
Yeah.
long. She'll
No,
be
she
like
won't
a
be there
Stephanie
long.
Vicaire, Julia. She'll get an NXT Women's title run, couple months.
Yep. 100%.
She'll be up before we know it.
Cool.
And
Well,
it's
stay
gonna be
tuned for
beautiful.
that. NXT should be very interesting with all the things that happened at AAA and this past week, and what's going on with TNA. So, like, be very aware of what's going on in NXT. There's a lot of good things going on in NXT also. Until then, guys, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to go to bed, and we'll talk soon. So,
All right. Have a good night, y'all.